What's going on? What's happening? Let's see. What's happening, boxing fans? Let's see. What's going on, y'all? It's full count of boxing. Man, we had a great night of boxing. Man, I mean, it was so exciting, man. I haven't been this excited for a boxing match in a while, man. It was incredible out there, man. I mean, Errol Spence Jr. came in to Southside, the realest. He went Big Tuck, leading them into the building. I know that's one of Dallas' favorite anthems. And man, he came in nodding his head, looking confident, looking ready to destroy. Man, I mean, he was just in this total confidence, man. I mean, you just see he was trained himself up to be in the best physical condition he could be. He said it was going to be a one-sided fight, and that's what it was, man. It was a one-sided destruction of Ugas. And you could see that Earl Spence Jr. just made some critical key points in this fight to give himself the best opportunity to, have this kind of performance against Ugas. And, you know, Ugas, you know what I'm saying, he thought he could counterpunch Errol Spence Jr. Make sure you smash that like button on your way in for your boy. I appreciate it. But y'all, Earl Spence Jr. ain't playing with these dudes no more. You know what I'm saying? You know, they should have got him when he was messing around, you know what I'm saying, and wasn't focused. But the focus that he showed last night, you know, he had a lapse, you know, so he had one lapse. But once Derek James got him back, you know what I'm saying, on track, it was just all pure destruction from there, just downhill destruction. You know, Errol Spence Jr. ability, he has the ability to make adjustments, you know what I'm saying? And his work rate gives him an advantage over other welterweights. I mean, his work rate is just undeniably just over the top, bro. I mean, he must have threw 100 punches around, bro. And his accuracy, because he got in close. As far as let's say the first 2 to 3 rounds, Ugas was doing pretty good because of because of the distance. What's going on, Steve?
Up,
What's
man.
happening, bro? Yeah, man. I was hoping you came back into the stream last night, but I know it was late. You know what I'm saying? I was tired as hell. I had just got off from work. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
had just
man.
parked. I was tired, but man, I was still excited for the fight. And I was like, man, what did you see? Tell me what you saw and how it went for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you had dropped off to check it out.
Man. Yeah, man. Ooh, this was like a slab of meat and Rocky.
So you just tell me, just break it down for me how you saw it.
What you
Can you
say?
hear me? I said, just break it down to what you
Yeah,
saw.
I hear you.
Hmm.
Man, I saw determined Spence, man. Man. Um,
Yeah, you're going in and out. Let me see.
he did not let up. I mean, he was on who was like always, even after he got that little
You're going in and out. Steve, you're going in and out.
early, that was a really good break. I mean, not that real quick. And
Steve,
okay, no, I'm still here. And I mean, that was a good fight.
you're going in and out. You couldn't hear none of that. Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, it looked like we lost Steve. Probably gonna try to come in and out. So, you know, it looked like, as long as Ugas had some distance, what I'm saying, he was able to what I'm saying, counterpunch Spence. He was very effective, what I'm saying, early with his jab because he was hitting Errol Spence Jr. to the rib cage. And that reach, what I'm saying, something that surprised me was the reach of Ugas because when you look added on box rate, I think they got him marked down as like a 68-inch reach. But when you seen him in the fight, he was marked down as 73.5-inch reach, right? And then his size surprised me too. How much bigger he was than Errol Spence Jr. because I always consider Errol Spence Jr. a bigger. Okay, you back in. Can you hear me, Steve?
Something went wrong.
Yeah, you couldn't hear none of it. You like in and out. Can you hear me? Steve, you're in and out. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, they had you spinning just now. Can you hear me?
You're like in and out. So we lost him again. So, from what I saw, you know what I'm saying, Ugas had some success early, you know what I'm saying? He surprised Errol Spence Jr. with the right hook, and he got the right hook in at times. Yeah.
Yeah, now can you?
I know it's just like it's in and out. Hello?
Oh man, I don't know what the hell going on.
It's like
Yeah,
in
they
and
hating
out.
on it today, man.
What's going on? What's going on, my brother? What's going on?
Hey, how you doing, man? How y'all doing this good fine afternoon, man?
Oh man, just tripping off this
What's
fight.
up,
This
man?
fight was excellent. Excellent fight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How did you see the fight?
I saw it early. That that Errol was a little rusty. You know what I mean? He was trying to get his timing back down, and I seen as soon as he started making those adjustments and he started going to Ugas, like close range, throwing them body shots, hitting them with a lot of different punches. Man, I just felt like Ugas couldn't take it. He thought that he was going. He thought that he was just bigger than Errol and he was going to be able to absorb those punches, man. But you keep getting no hit with shot after shot, man. It's just going to break you down over time, and it was too late for him.
Now, wasn't it ironic that they were saying that Errol Spence Jr. eye wasn't going to hold up?
Yeah,
and then Ugas was the one. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I was just like, wow,
but
bro.
these the same people that said he faked the eye injury. Like
Yeah.
that's the dumbest shit getting said right now by idiots, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck would I? He's getting like at least. You could say 15, maybe 15 mil for that Pacquiao fight. Pacquiao getting a lot of money, but Spence finna get paid too. Who would miss out on that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you out here fighting all these other people. Why would I miss out on that much money to fake an injury? Like, people don't fake injury and mess up a bag that big.
Right.
No, they know that. I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people. We live in a troll culture right now, and I think a lot of people just do that to aggravate the fans of the fighter. You know what I'm saying? They hate the fan, so they just keep these narratives going. You know what I'm saying, to agitate. You know what I'm saying, the climate and stuff. I don't think they believe that. I think they just do that just because it's an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Just to be aggravating.
I think it's the Floyd Mayweather effect.
So.
You know what I mean? I think it's the Floyd Mayweather effect. When you're so good, they
you
gotta
said
find
that yesterday,
so many different ways, to destroy you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, black people hate to see other successful black people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's just this need to tear down. No matter what. I don't care if you was the king of spelling bees and shit. Somebody gonna try to say, hey, you can't spell. You know what I'm saying? You misspelled that word. You know what I'm saying? You dumb. You know what I'm saying? So it's just some kind of need. I don't know if it's just an American thing, a culture, a black culture thing. Go ahead.
I mean, that I believe that was everybody, but at a certain point, it stopped being to where you had to account for what you said. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you fuck around and got slapped like Chris Rock did. I bet you won't say that shit again. That's how it used to be.
But see, social media has changed everything. People can say what they, they being mean online because ain't no repercussion, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Pull Counter, man. I just want to tell you too, real quick, man, that I'm a big fan of your show, man. I love watching your show, how you break down, the fights, the post fights, man. I'm just a big fan, man.
Oh, I
Like
appreciate
you
that.
give great insight, man, as far as these fights.
Oh yeah,
So
he
I learn a
definitely
lot
do.
when I listen to your commentary.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I never get a lot of feedback, but I just love the sport, and you know what I'm saying. I watch boxing. You know what I'm saying, and I've been watching for about 30 years. You know what I'm saying. So this is the first time I actually get to speak on it, and sometimes it's hard to like gather everything and really express it because there's so much going on. That you got to observe about it.
Right.
And I be thinking the second thing, because I be thinking the things I left out on the video, and but you can't go back and do it. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want them to be too long, and you got 10 minutes to put into a video everything that's going on and try to sum it up.
Right. But
go ahead.
Man, another thing that was like I gotta address this, man. What was getting on my nerves this whole entire week was the boxing media, man. They kept asking about Terrence Crawford. Like, how many times Errol gotta say that's the fight he want, but he's focused on Ugas? You know what I mean? How many times he gotta say that? It's
well, they're gonna try to get something. You know what I'm saying? They try just like that guy. Right. They're gonna try to create some kind of controversy and be the first to do it. Right. And that's why Errol shut down when he was at the media workout. He shut down that one pesky reporter that was trying to get him to say something negative about Deontay Wilder, trying to get him. You know what I'm saying? They always into the controversy business. Yeah, yes, sir. And that's what it is.
Soundbite. They want him to say something towards Crawford or vice versa, just to get the views. Just to, they don't care.
Right. Can I ask y'all something though?
Go ahead.
What did you think? I heard Derek James say something, and I would really like your take on this Pull Counter. And it was real interesting when they asked him after the fight about Terrence Crawford and what makes him so great, and he said athleticism.
Yeah.
And one of the guys tried to cut him off and said, well, normally when you hear about Terrence Crawford is IQ, and Derek James is like, nah, hey man, this is what I see. And I just want to know your take on that. What do you see when you what do you think Terrence Crawford's best attribute is?
Well, I think his legs, you know what I'm saying, his athletic ability, his reflexes. See, he's got a total package. He's kind of like Roy Jones Jr. When you have great athletes, they can do things that other people can't. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the problem is with great athletes, you know what I'm saying? See, he's not great on the technical side, but he can do it. See what I'm saying? He'd be better if he worked on it, but he don't need it because he got twitch muscles, he's got speed, he's got footwork, you know what I'm saying? And he's got great timing. And so he's so better. He's such a great athlete. He don't need a lot of things. Just like Roy Jones Jr. As he got older, he had to depend more on his technical abilities. You see what I'm saying? And so when it came down to the techniques and he slowed down and nobody couldn't, everybody could touch him, you could see his flaws, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't just get by with ducking and moving and stuff like that, using his legs and his reflexes. And so just like he dominated Bernard Hopkins and Tony, lights out Tony. You see, he wouldn't have won those fights if it came down to a technical fight, but because he's such a superior athlete, they couldn't touch him. You see what I'm saying? So now that Crawford is that's why I wanted to see this fight, when Crawford was maybe a couple of years ago, so his reflexes wouldn't be slowing down. And if he beat Crawford, it's gonna be kind of like we'll never know because Crawford ain't at his prime.
I don't think that's it because Crawford ain't been super active. Even Spence really have been more active than Crawford, even with the layoffs, because Crawford have steady fights, but they still be far in between. Like, look at the time from the Porter fight to, I don't think he's going to take another fight before he take the Spence fight. He'll be crazy to take a fight.
Oh, yeah, he'll be an idiot. But my thing is,
but when 34 comes, that's when your reflex, that's when I noticed that mostly all fighters reflexes, unless you just like Floyd Mayweather, who stay in the gym all the time, and you got that certain style.
And that's why I give Crawford the extra points I do give him, because he always been a gym rat. He ain't never
Yeah, but what
You
I'm
never
saying,
see him out of
this,
shape.
this, this, this is what I don't want you to miss. Floyd is a defensive wizard.
Right.
That's how he was able to move up in weights. See, like when Adrian Bronner tried to do it, because he's not a defensive wizard, he got Falumaloon. You know what I'm saying? He got
With that,
Falumaloon because he don't have the defense that Floyd has, and
he don't
Terrence
have the
Crawford,
dedication
where he don't have
to it.
that. Nobody has the defense that Floyd has. He can fight
That
inside
exactly.
and make you miss.
Hey,
But see, go ahead.
pull counter. But me personally, because
Mm-hmm.
everybody talk about Terrence Crawford, and I think he's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong. I think he is. But I think the difference in the fight between him and Errol is that Errol is more technical, and Errol can match him in athleticism. So
Yeah,
what's
well,
going to
see,
hurt Terrence Crawford when he hits Errol and Errol keeps coming, and Errol controls the distance. When Errol start controlling that distance and not letting Crawford go all around the ring, I don't think Crawford gonna be able to take that punishment, man. I don't think he gonna step up to it. That's just my personal opinion.
no. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but see, what's happening
That's
is
what's up, though.
see what's going to happen. What's going to happen is if Terrence can stay away and box Errol Spence Jr., you know what I'm saying, he'll have more success. But the problem is Errol Spence Jr. work rate and the way he closes distance, he stay on top of it.
Right.
And see, if he gets to, you see how he broke down Ugas Ugas, how he was able to get on the inside. That's going to be part of the game plan for Terrence Crawford. How he close, how he fakes. See, people say Errol Spence Jr. can't move his head. He can't. He does certain things, and they count on that. But see, you can see he can do different. He's versatile too when he need to be.
Right.
And
Yeah,
see,
he smothered Ugas, which was a perfect plan. Once he felt that what was that, a nice little loop in left, I think Ugas caught him with, and he was like, nah, bro, I'm gonna get on in here and work those ribs a little bit.
The problem with the problem with Terrence Crawford is he can outdog people, and he has extremely good power, and his timing. See, so he gets you off your game, and because he's so athletic, he can catch you and knock you out because he got great timing and speed. You see what I'm saying? But we'll see with Spence, he's going to keep coming, and his punch resistance is so goddamn good. It's going to be interesting to see if he can wear Terrence down before Terrence catch him. You know what I'm saying? And knock him out, because that's what's going to have to happen. He's not going to outbox Spence. He's going to have to knock out Spence, because he's a counter puncher that knocks your ass out. That's what Terrence Crawford is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And because of his unique abilities, he's able to do that with most lesser fighters. But when you find somebody who has the same kind of athletic ability as you, and you can't outdog him or intimidate it with your speed, and he can take punishment, that's going to be hard to beat. Now, I'm not saying Terrence can't do it, but what I'm saying is I don't think he ever faced anybody this tough and has the intangibles that Errol Spence Jr. has, and that's why he has a great chance of beating Terrence Crawford.
Well, and I also think this. Also, me personally, I think that Terrence Crawford is better as a southpaw. He's more naturally a southpaw, in my opinion. But
yeah, he is.
He's not not gonna have that advantage, because think about it. Think about a lot of Terrence Crawford's fights. These past probably like 4 or 5 fights, right? He starts off orthodox, right, and that's when he usually gets tagged up. So he switches to southpaw. Think about it in the Kell Brook fight, Sean Porter fight, and Kavalovsky's.
Did he switch in the Porter fight?
You said what?
Yeah, he did. Of course he did.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he
switched. Yeah, he did.
Yep.
It was somebody who fought and he stayed in southpaw.
No, he switched to southpaw because Sean Porter he was getting the best of him in the orthodox. And my thing is, you're not going to be able to do that against Spence. That's going to be like Spence looking in the mirror. That's easy work, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
But, having the option to do that might even just, all they need to do at times is get you a breather. You know what I'm saying? And change the fight up with whatever hand I think he throws the jab better with. He's gonna have to keep him off of him like that, because the good jab can beat the greatest fighters.
But my opinion, I don't think you want to do that if Spence is keeping that constant pressure on you, and especially if Spence is hitting you with that double, triple jab. And I think that's going to be the key to the fight. That double, triple jab, that Errol throws, that's going to keep you constantly resetting. And then when Errol come over the top with that right hook or left hook, I just don't see
out of the two fighters, who do you think? And it's a question for both of you guys. Who do you think is quicker? I mean, who you think is going to hit first? Going to make that contact first?
Ooh, I think it's close. I think Errol is very. I just think
he's
Errol
faster
is
than Crawford.
underrated in a lot of different ways. People
I don't think he's faster than Crawford.
He don't have to be. Don't you see Spence's technique don't rely on speed?
No. I just asked that question. I didn't say what it going reasoning was.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what.
Said, though. Let me just finish this quick. A good jab can beat the best bosses. Yes. Now Spence might want to do this and that. It was just like that time when Ugas caught him with the jab, then caught him with the right. It stopped Spence in his tracks. And this is not no thing on Spence. This any boxer. If you can disrupt that timing, and if switching in the orthodox get you that time and get you that breathing that you need to get that second win, it's gonna be a good match.
But I don't think that.
Hold on, guys. Hold on,
it's a thinking man game.
Hold on, guys. This is what I want you to check out. Now, Terrence Crawford, he's not as good in orthodox as he is in southpaw, right? You notice he has a decline. He's declined in his orthodox position. So, but the thing is about Terrence Crawford is what we can't measure, and what Spence is going to have to deal with is Crawford has the ability to because he's such a great athlete, he can just do things on a spur moment. Like when he switched from to righty to lefty when he knocked out Gamboa. Okay, he did that in midstream. Now I've never seen him do that, you know what I'm saying, in a fight ever since, but he has that ability to switch it up right there on the moment's notice. So, you know, when he switches, he's not, I mean, it ain't just that he switches to southpaw, it's that he has the ability to make up stuff as he go. So that's an unpredictable thing that he got going on now that he can do with Spence, you know what I'm saying? Because if he's not working in the southpaw position, he may be able to get in there and mix it up, you know what I'm saying, between southpaw. Now, he can get caught switching and stuff like that, but he may need to do that just to survive in there.
That's the only thing.
We got a good one on the way.
but Paul, this is my thing too. Like with Errol, I think that personally, like that, because everybody like to talk about that shot that Ugas hit him with and he hurt him. I get that. I understand that. But here's the difference in that. That shot that hurt Errol, that was an Errol mistake. That wasn't something
that was a referee mistake.
That
man.
was an Errol mistake.
I thought I heard the ref say stop.
And yeah, he thought that, you know, that's a non-factor because he thought the ref said stop, and
I heard him say stop.
Right. But this is something you need to take from that is he got hit flush,
right?
And he recovered like it wasn't nothing, and he ended up winning the rest of the round.
Right.
So if that don't tell you,
good fight, man.
If that don't tell you that Errol Spence Jr. chin and in his you know, from all his injury stuff that he's fully recovered, you know what I'm saying, nothing will convince you. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that he took a good punch. He definitely took a good punch. I mean
he wobbled back on the damn ropes. That should have been a knockdown. Tell you the truth.
Nowhere. Yeah, I thought he was. That was.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because anytime the ropes hold you up, you know what I'm saying, it's a knockdown. And even though it was a shot that's off the break, but he took a great punch,
man,
from Ugas.
Without the mouthpiece.
When I saw it, I thought he had like hit him with a punch, and it, you know, because it happened so fast, and I'm like, what the, you know, his mouthpiece came out,
right?
But when he connected, man, oh yeah, Spence recovered great, man.
No, I don't know what it is.
Got hit, Spence was smiling. Spence started smiling.
Shit, so, I know he did. His ass was seeing goddamn Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's signs. Right. He came
those mouthpiece for Errol Spence Jr. is like a laser light on a wall for a cat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think, man, I think that Errol, somebody will gonna have to get broken in that fight, and I just don't see Errol's will getting broken. I just don't see it.
I think there wasn't no lockdown.
I think the best way for Terrence Crawford to win that fight is to bring an extra. He need to bring an extra mouthpiece and throw it on the ring floor. and you know what I'm saying, and get a good clean shot in and knock him on out. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you're gonna beat Errol Spence Jr. Because I was impressed. When I was impressed with the body blows, bro.
Me too.
Oh yeah, They both were throwing some good body shots, man. I mean, Ugas was throwing that little jab to the body.
Yeah, but
And it was
Ugas stopped
serving him at
throwing.
first.
Ugas stopped throwing, man. After
No, that's
what?
true.
Round about the 8th round, he was in full
Ugas got
retreat.
old before our eyes.
Yeah,
That was
that's right. That's what
counter.
he sure did.
I was talking to a couple of my homies a couple of days earlier, and they were saying that they was betting on Ugas, this and that. And I tried to tell them, I said, y'all need to go back and watch that Lamont Peterson fight. That was a similar fight to me. Like with Ugas.
What's going on, J.R. Johnson? What's happening, bro? He said that's not a damn. What did he say? He said that's not a damn knockdown. He said y'all would run with anything. No, we ain't running with nothing, bro.
Yeah,
no, we just saying like what it is. You know what I'm saying? Anytime the ropes hold you up, you know what I'm saying? It's considered a knockdown. You know what I'm saying? But because he thought it was a break and everything, they didn't count it anyway. So,
but
yeah, we're not running with no narrative.
Terrence is gonna have something to back Errol up, man, and I just think Terrence's style fits Errol perfectly, man. Errol is gonna be able to walk him down, cut off the ring, cut off the distance. Where them counter shots that Terrence think he's gonna be getting, I just don't see it. I feel like Errol is just a great adjuster, and if you even catch him with something, Errol will be able to take that away.
It's gonna be a good fight.
I don't see any.
Did you see the head? Did y'all see the defense? How he took out Ugas' right hook and how he in the head movement and the feints.
He was turning to that right on him. Right. To that left. He was doing good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but have you ever seen that in his fight? I mean, the way he was doing it last night, he was switching it up.
He was slick with it. He was in great shape, man.
He was doing some changing levels. He was doing some just quick feints, just giving them different looks, coming over the top, going underneath. That what I was really impressed with was that left uppercut, bro, and that over the top hook. Left hook.
Oh man.
I was like, wow.
I thought he was gonna finish him though, man. I was hoping he finished him. I wanted him to knock him
that
all the way out.
doggone rough was terrible.
Man,
he kept cutting it off.
Man, even when that foul happened with Ugas, and that shit took like a minute and a half, he walking him over there to Derrick Jane. Let Derrick Jane give him some water.
Yes, sir.
And give him instructions. Mills Lane would have lost his fucking mind. He tell you off the rip. No, don't say nothing to him. Just give him out. Just wash it off.
Right.
And that man actually gave him a drink of water.
Right.
That ref was terrible. He was terrible.
He was terrible.
Yeah, that ref.
Under no circumstances, no fighter, that should be allowed to happen. For him to give him a drink, he's poured the water in the mouth and gave it to him. I'm like, ref, you suck.
Right. Hey,
he broke the action twice when Errol Spence Jr. was cooking. That's what I'm saying. He broke the act. He was on his way out when that, and as soon as he was cooking, I mean, like getting them good. That's when he. Yeah, exactly. And gave him, and it was about 2 to 3 minutes, giving him a good little, good little breather. You know what I'm saying?
How many hands you see?
I'm gonna tell you this: the way Errol was hitting them shots, Terrence Crawford, he do not want to be trading with Errol with them type of shots getting thrown. I'm sorry, I just don't see it, y'all. I'm sorry, I just do not see it.
I think Ugas thought he was gonna be able to, because if you watch most of his fight, the fighters get tired, bouncing off his defense,
right?
And he didn't think that Errol Spence Jr. was gonna be able to break through, and that he didn't anticipate the kind of power he was going to be in, receiving, and because you seen how he was going off the side, hitting them to the side, and then going up the middle. So he was going to the body. He was mixing up his shots, and he was getting fucked up.
Right.
J.R. Johnson said in the comments, he said, "Let's give Derrick James his flowers, phenomenal trainer." I agree, man. Derrick James was doing a great job. He calmed him down real good in that corner. Like, come on, just start back boxing him, don't?
Right. Hey, Poole, am I wrong
good
to say this? But I feel as if what I was just about to say that well, I think in the Errol Spence and the Terrence Crawford fight, I think the difference, honestly, also is the difference in competition. And I think that Terrence Crawford, the level of competition, man, I'm sorry. Like when he gets in there with Errol and he realized, oh shit, like, yo, this is real. Like this ain't just gonna be some dude that I hit and then fold. Like this dude gonna keep coming. I think it's gonna be a reality check. because I feel like Errol Spence, the competition he's been facing, has already been, you know, give and take in his fights. You know what I'm saying? He's had live dogs in his fights, and a lot of Terrence Crawford's competition, it hasn't been a lot of live dogs. When the
What's
dudes
going
get
on?
hit,
I am Trill Will in the building. What's going on? I am Trill Will. Y'all subscribe to I am Trill Will, man. That dude there. That dude there's the man, man. Okay, go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you good. I just think that the level of competition, man. I just think that Errol is just. I just feel like Errol is just too big, too strong, man. And he's gonna be even sharper in the next fight, man. I don't know. I'm going for the stoppage. I think it's gonna be another stoppage.
Do you guys think there's gonna be Hearns versus Leonard, or Hearns versus not Hearns, but damn, okay. Listen here. Tommy Hearns versus Leonard, or do you think it's gonna be more Hagler versus Leonard?
I could say Hagler.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
Because I see it. This is how I feel. In my opinion, I think it's gonna be a close competitive fight. I think it's gonna be a close competitive fight. Errol gonna catch Crawford with a shot, and Crawford's instinct is not to, oh yeah, let me box smart. Crawford's instinct is to, all right, catch me with a shot. I'm gonna bring that dog out and trade shots, and then it's not gonna go well for him. He gonna start trading shots with Errol. Errol gonna catch him again. Errol gonna end up stopping him. That's just how I see it.
That sound good.
That's just how I see it.
Well, like but you say, you know,
that's what you know, see, but you know,
no, but
that's
you know,
a good one, though. It may go that way.
See, now we see now Errol. I mean, because Crawford got a lot of power, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm an Errol Spence fan, but Errol, he got to catch Spence. He's gonna have to knock out Spence. He's not gonna be able to box Spence, bro.
No.
You know, he's gonna have to catch Spence on the chin, knock out that mouthpiece. He's gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, really dig in and catch him, because, you know, you see the stamina that Errol Spence Jr. possessed. It's on another level, bro.
Right.
I think he must have threw like 100 punches, bro, per round.
But pull count. This is my thing. Even if Crawford, how much you try to even if he tries to box Earl is not going to let it be a boxing match. He's going to have to fight him. He's going to have to fight.
Yeah, that's what. But you know, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? They both going to be mano mano, and I think Errol Spence Jr. come out in that on top. You know what I'm saying? But as long as there's space, if there's space, you know what I'm saying, in there, just like he had to work his way in there against Ugas and figure it out, he's going to have to do the same thing to Crawford, because when Crawford got space, it's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a problem. As long as he got space to work with, it's going to be a problem for him. And then
who's the but Errol Spence is a master at controlling the distance, in my opinion.
Well, right, that's true. But you know, Crawford is good at keeping range too. You know what I'm saying? So Crawford is going to fire off on you when you're coming in, is what I'm saying. And you know, even though
about this is we got two elite fighters that really about to fight.
Yeah,
we've been talking about this shit for years.
That's true.
But we had after this fight, after that fight, this shit is coming up next, man. What a time, in boxing. This shit is
gonna be beautiful. I just want to know, and I'm not trying to disrespect Terrence, because I think he's a great fighter. I think he beats anybody else at 147. I really do, personally. Anybody else, he beats Keith Thurman, whoever else, he beats them all. But I just don't see how is the most important shot in that fight to me is going to be the jab, the starting point. It's going to be the jab, and I don't see how Terrence Crawford with his counterpunching is going to offset Errol Spence double and triple jab. I don't see it.
But the most scary thing is you see he can switch it up. You see what I'm saying? That's what's more important, because Ugas' problem was he went in with a game plan and he wasn't able to adjust from that game plan from what was not working for him. You know, he tried to stick with the same thing, you know, when he had to make some changes, you know what I'm saying? And he couldn't do it. All he could do was the same thing, you know what I'm saying? And let me read
Earl can switch it up too, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, but RJ Johnson says Ugas and his trainer was betting that EJ wasn't the same, and they were wrong. I couldn't believe they thought that after watching the Danny Garcia fight. You know what I'm saying?
They were just talking, and it just motivated him. You don't want to get a
funny
team
because
motivation.
I said that. I said, what are they going to do once they find out Errol Spence is the same? Then what's the game plan? Because saying that Errol Spence is not the same and his eye won't hurt, hold up. You can't go into no fight like that. Was there James saying, oh, Ugas is this? No, there James is saying, no, Ugas is a great fighter and we're preparing for the best Ugas. You can't just count on Errol Spence not being the same. Did you watch the workout? Dude was a beast. So I don't know.
Now let's go. Let's get to some of these. Let's get to some of our people comments. He says, RJ Johnson says, and look how he said, look how in shape Derek James and Bomac is not going to just be able to train but for EJ. And Michael Benson says, look what Kell Brook Jab did to Crawford. And Sir Isaac, let's see what he said. He says, people missing the point that not even the best Errol Spence Jr. This is him coming off a 17-month layoff. And we talked about him being rusty and stuff. And RJ Jones said exactly, Michael. Yeah, so I just wanted to get some of them comments in so they know that we looking and everything. Go ahead, my brother.
Sure. I think that, man, I don't know, man. Errol Spence, man, this dude just special. Hey, man, I think at the end of this, man, he need to have a movie because his story is just incredible, especially if he wins this next fight against Terrence Crawford, bro. This is a whole movie, in my opinion. Like, all the adversity this man and went through to come back, fight Danny Garcia, beat him, then have another adversity with the eye injury, come back, beat Ugas, and then to come back and beat Terrence Crawford and be undisputed, bro. That's a movie.
Yeah, and we see it's the level of competition that he fought too. He fought nothing but some of the best, at welterweight, and that's the only hit on Crawford is that it's not about his skills or anything. It's just the level of competition that he fought, and he did beat Sean Porter, but we wanted to see a prime Sean Porter. We wanted to see that Sean Porter that fought EJ. You know what I'm saying, and how he would do. And that's why everybody wanted to see him fight Porter, because we thought we would get that version of Sean Porter. But Porter, he wanted to do a podcast. He was he wanted to take time off to do that bullshit. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We know Crawford is legit. So you know what I'm saying?
I think so. I still think that he passes the eye test, and he's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, but I think at 140, I'm just sorry, y'all. I have questions, man. That undisputed, bro. I'm looking at some of the fighters that was at 140, bro. I don't even think he fought any killers at 140. I feel like Danny Garcia has a better resume at 140 than Terrence. I'm sorry. I just have to be honest, man.
You already see the build up. You already see the build up starting. This shit is already starting, goddamn it. Everybody's starting to get passionate.
He cleaned up the division at 140 though. So if they didn't clean up the division, no matter what, they didn't do nothing better than him.
You said say that one more time. What you said?
But he cleaned up the division. Wasn't he undisputed?
Oh no, I mean he got the belts. I'm just saying like the competition level, man. I feel like he didn't fight Danny because Danny was a monster at 140.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it like this, because Canelo got undisputed up at 168, but he didn't fight Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? He didn't fight David Morrell Jr. Even though he didn't have a belt, but he's not fighting the best in the division. See, and that's what Danny Garcia
or the best in the division is not gonna fight him.
Oh, trust me, Canelo. To me,
because you can come outside somebody's house and they don't mean they're gonna come out the door.
Oh, right. No, listen,
that's
Canelo
true.
is not number one pound for pound for me.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I would consider Canelo pound for pound number one if he fought the toughest in the division.
Yes.
He's avoiding the toughest in the division.
Right.
That's my biggest thing with Canelo.
All Canelo got to do is fight two names for me to be like, okay, all right, I'll give you respect. Jamal Charlo and David Benavidez. You fight them two, you beat them two, I'll give it to you. Then you can fight whoever else you want after that. I won't have any more questions. But until you do that, I'm sorry. I got questions because even this Bebo fight, to me, that's a high standard cherry pick in my opinion. That's just me. And then you're going to come around and fight Triple G after that performance? Come on, man. I ain't trying to see that.
Man, he put that Triple G fight in the pocket real smooth back in the day.
But
not a part 3 yet.
But did y'all check out how Spence was catching Ugas with the uppercut from different angles, bro?
Oh my goodness, yes.
I'm talking about he was coming once he had Ugas you know what I'm saying, pretty much contained, he stopped giving them uppercuts. He started just giving them little taps with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just giving them little quick little, you know, uppercuts to the face. And he was just using his boxing IQ, you know what I'm saying? Just using
Right.
various angles. I was like, look at this boy showing out.
No, I
You know
agree.
what I'm saying?
I think that his trainer and them did him a disservice, man. I feel like that fight should have been stopped a little earlier, in my opinion. Because I don't know if Ugas is gonna be the same after that, bro. That's a beating that man took, man.
Well,
He
he's
took a
35.
beating.
He's had a full career. He started way before Errol Spence Jr. and really so did Terrence Crawford.
Right.
So, you know, he should have had this rivalry. They should have been like coming in around the same time, you know what I'm saying? And they could have squared off in their prime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is kind of late, really, for fighters of this caliber to be squaring off. I don't know what it is about boxing right now, but fighters are starting to meet kind of at the end of their careers now instead of at the beginning of their careers.
For
And
the money.
just like Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns, they fought when they were young. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And they didn't fight when they were 31 and 33 and stuff like that. So it's having an effect on the fight, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
No, you
So
right.
so whoever got whatever left, see, Ugas didn't have a lot left in his tank once he got broke down. So that's because he was 35. Now what would a 25-year-old Ugas look like in there? You know what I'm
What would a
saying?
25-year-old Spence look like
let's
after
not
that?
get
Right. That's true.
Let's not
That's
get it
true.
twisted. Ugas' biggest accomplishment before Pacquiao was, I should have won the Sean Porter fight.
Yeah, he won that fight.
So we
he
kind of,
won.
you know what I'm saying? He's a good fighter, but even with comparing the fight that he just had with Errol Spence to what even a Crawford fight might look like in the future or whatever, those two, like Spence and Crawford, those are two totally different animals. And the stuff he was able to do with him, he know he's not gonna be able to get away with some of that shit with Crawford. He just know it. So, you know, just Ugas was a good fighter and everything, but he didn't have no chance to beat Spence besides a puncher's chance, catch him with some shit like he caught him with last time, like Emmanuel Stewart would say. He say, all right, you're gonna get caught with some dumb shit.
Right. you know what? One fight I wish
but
would
other
have
than
happened.
that,
You know, one fight I wish would have happened, man, and I'm like, damn, like this one really got away. And I wish I could have seen that Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence, man, early on, man. I really wanted to see that.
Would have bodied his ass. Even
I
back
know.
then, man.
I still wanted to see it though. You know what I mean?
I mean, oh yeah. And I'm happy that at least Thurman and Porter fought and Garcia, and you know what I'm saying. At least those 3-4, you know, got it on, and we got to see that. Because man, if those guys, if all of them would have avoided each other, it would have been crazy. Because really, the Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia fight, that was a good fight. That was a thinking man's fight. And the way Sean Porter brought it to Keith Thurman, that was a classic too. And those things kind of get pushed back. But those guys was rumbling and took a lot out of each other. So
what's going on, PGH, big dog?
So when
go ahead.
Porter hopped in there with Spence, Porter was a Porter that done been through some wars with some dude that trying to tear his ass up. So he wasn't. Who knows if he'd have fought Spence at the same time when he fought Danny Garcia? Like, oh man, it's so they do got, like you said, Paul, to get these fights in when they're younger and when you can really see what's going on, because that, man, a loss don't hurt you. Danny Garcia still getting paid. He's still buying apartments.
Another thing about that, if they fight younger, they have the opportunity to come back and fight again. That's something we're not seeing. We're not seeing the rematches. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying. Right, because you know, if you don't win convincingly, anybody can win one fight. You know what I'm saying? But can you come back and, you know, because it could be a tactical thing, the wrong game plan. But you know what I'm saying? You beat a motherfucker 2 times, you just better than him.
Look at Fury and Wilder. Man, no matter how you dice it up, they got a nice trilogy. And that's what you need.
No,
that's
true.
A legacy.
That's true. But you know, Errol Spence at that time too. Errol Spence was the boogeyman. Errol Spence was Jaron Ennis before Jaron Ennis in the scene. Like Jaron Ennis is now the boogeyman. In my opinion, I think even though as much as I love Spence, I think Jaron Ennis is probably the only one that could beat Spence at 147. In my opinion, because his size is bigger.
But he just got insane athletic ability right now, and he's super young. So he got a lot going on for him, man. You know, you can't touch him. The speed, looking like Roy Jones Jr. type of athletic ability, you know what I'm saying, just able to do anything in the ring. So it's scary, bro. The only thing that you can get him is maybe experience, but he come from a boxing family like Floyd Mayweather family. You know what I'm saying? His brothers and his dad box. So they got a lot of boxing knowledge. So that's what gives him the edge as far as it.
But see, you said experience. So once Errol Spence get this undisputed, go up 154, drop the belts, and when Jaron becomes undisputed, because he will, unless I mean, if he can get the fights, he's going to be the next undisputed welterweight champion of the world. I'm already saying it. Once he does that, then it's over. Ain't nobody beating him.
Well, Errol said
he fights another fight at 147.
You said
what? Errol said he'll meet Jaron up at 154.
Yeah. I think this is last fight at 147.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, you get the belts, then what else you got to do?
Like, get on up out of there, man.
Yeah, you got to go. Pretty much.
It's because moving up too. Like they can't keep draining out. You know, no matter what.
Nah, for sure.
Sir Isaac says Errol Spence Jr. output will be a problem for Bud, and that constant jab keeps guys guessing what he'll follow up with. Errol literally is a throwback fighter who can go 15 rounds stronger.
Get stronger, yeah.
And of course, PGH Big Dog in the building. What's going on, my brother?
Am I crazy, y'all, or did Errol get hurt to the body in like the 7th or 8th round?
He hurt him like 2-3 times with them body shots.
Did y'all see that?
Oh yeah, Ugas was doing some good body work, man.
You know, Ugas get you when you're coming forward, just like he was catching Sean Porter. When you step forward, and that's a problem with Spence is that he forget to shuffle, he'll step, and see when they could time you off your step. You know what I'm saying? And he catch you.
Perfect. He caught him like right in the middle. I'm like right on the
right. That's how Ugas fight. If you watch the tape, that's what Ugas does. He wait for your step. He times you off your step, and he brings them uppercuts from way back to put some mustard on them, and he catch you moving in. That could knock you on out to the body. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But I thought Errol Spence was so confident at that time that he wasn't even thinking, because at that time Ugas wasn't really throwing any shots, and he come out of nowhere, boom, right to the stomach. It's like it caught Errol off guard and hurt him. You know what I mean?
He caught him with that a couple of times.
Because Errol was throwing a bunch of punches, and as soon as he got hit to the stomach, he slowed down a little bit, man. He started throwing a little softer. So I don't know.
Errol was showing some good ring generalship, because even though he was hurt, he'll come back in, pop.
Exactly.
He'll show the judges like, yo, whatever. But inside, he like, yeah.
but did y'all know? Did y'all notice how strong Ugas pushes were at the beginning of the fight, and how weak they were at the end of the fight? How weak, you could tell he was getting broke down, because when he tried to push him off, around the 7th round, he was just he couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Errol, and then but Ugas, and that was so impressive to me, because Ugas looked so much bigger than Errol. You know what I'm saying? Not so much like a little.
Right, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, because I was like, wow. Ugas is a big boy, man. Look, I mean, he is huge. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But that 35 showed up. 35 showed up real big. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he just started stooping over into the punches. And I was like, wow, man, they need to stop this fight, bro. Because at one point in the fight, it was just all Errol Spence Jr. whipping ass. It was just all.
Like, he had to break something, though, because Ugas' eye like just swole up. It went from like being swole to just tossed all the way out. Yeah. And I'm like, oh man, we gotta make sure he don't lose that eye, man.
Yeah, that's bad. It was really bad. You think he broke his orbital bone?
That's what they say. That's what they said. That's what they said. That's what the report is, that he broke his orbital bone. Oh yeah. I mean, he was looking like that. He was looking like that Scream Mask off that horror movie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that little puffy skull face thing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, bro. His eye was. I was like, I was hoping that they stopped the fight. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to see him go out on the shield. Ugas a warrior, man. He is a classy guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm happy he got that got a chance to get that payday, man, to get that bag. He made a good fight. He made a real good fight.
Yeah.
You know,
I ain't
win
gonna
or
lie,
lose.
Earl Spence fights are usually the main ones where it'd be hard to watch sometimes. It's like, damn, he just keep hitting this dude over and over. You can hit a shot. So I'm like, God, like
Well,
just
let me ask you guys something. When did you know Spence had it? What round? Well, when did you think you knew Spence had it? You know what
When
I'm
he
saying?
started landing that uppercut for me,
I'll
I'm
say,
like, okay, he found the ticket. That's the ticket.
I'll say after once Ugas hit him with that shot and hurt him, and Earl came back literally that next round and hurt him. I was like, oh yeah, Earl got him. Earl got him for me. When he started backing up, because at first I was concerned because he was walking a little bit towards Earl in the beginning. I was like, I don't know how I like that. Like, you know what I mean? Earl kind of backing off, fighting off the back foot. But you know, Earl stepped it up, put the pedal to the middle, and started backing him up. Then that's when I knew he had him. When Ugas started backing up, because I knew he wasn't.
I think it's J.R. Johnson. No, I'm not trying to say Ugas was too old. What I'm saying is that his age showed up in the fight. You know what I'm saying? He's not. You know what I'm saying? He's not 100% in his prime. I think he would have got broke down even in his prime, but because of his age, you know, he just broke down a little bit sooner. You know what I'm saying? Because you could see it. You know, he
a little bit older now. Shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, even Crawford, you know what I'm saying? He's 34, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could do things. I'm going to tell you, as an older man, you could do things in your 20s that you can't do in your 30s. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he was too old. If you able to accept the fight, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You saw Francisco Vargas go out there and get knocked out in the first round. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't too old to get up in the ring and get you know, say take the fight, but he got his ass whipped. You know what I'm saying? Because he just,
you get your ass in the ring.
Man, listen, a lot of these guys need to go. Josecito Lopez need to retire.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Did you see that? Oh my goodness.
Man, he got Josecito up.
Oh man, that dude, and didn't that dude look like he about 160?
Man, Rocky gave Hearn. I mean, Martin gave Tommy Hearns a better fight than that.
Right.
Man, that Crowley guy just looked like he was way too big,
that
bro,
was,
for me.
Man, that didn't make no sense.
I mean, god damn. You know, but I don't think he's not going to be a factor as long as you know, the boots remain at the top, and he ain't gonna be able to compete on that level. You know what I'm saying?
Boots gonna dominate him. One side.
Yes, sir. But man, this fight here was so good, bro. I mean, we got a little drama. You know what I'm saying? You know, Ugas, you know what I'm saying, getting that lick in and wobbling Errol Spence Jr. and shit. Errol Spence Jr. showing his mettle, coming back, you know what I'm saying, doing what he did to Ugas, and Ugas hanging in there to the end. Now, for me, when I saw Ugas in full retreat, bro, it was over, bro. When he was just going backwards, instead of going forward, doing his thing, I was like, man, this shit needs to be stopped right then. And that was the point where I just knew he wasn't going to be competitive no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Paul, what do you because I want to ask you, how do you envision the fight going with Errol and Crawford? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think what's going to happen is, and I broke this down before, I think let me say what's up to who is this coming into the chat. All right, this damn StreamYard did it pop up on the screen?
It's kind of like, yeah, there you go.
It's on there. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, Clayton Allen, how you doing, my brother? Man down strap season. Errol Spence Jr. coming for Bud's belt.
Yes, sir.
Now, when I look at that, because I think it's gonna be a dog fight, bro. Because I don't think Bud is gonna accept any bullying from Errol Spence Jr. I think he got a chip on his shoulder when it comes to Errol Spence Jr. because of his right decisions that he's made and his success.
Oh my God.
No, just listen to him out. I think Bud should be bigger than Errol Spence Jr. because he came into the league first. He should be everything that Errol Spence Jr. is and more. And I think because of that, just like Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard, you know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Leonard, because he went to the Olympics, he was the glamour boy, and he got all the big opportunities where Marvin Hagler had to fight the club fights and build himself up the hard way. And I think that Terrence Crawford got that same kind of pull boy complex. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still the same kind of magnificent caliber fighter that Errol Spence Jr. is, but he had a harder road to go. And so he's kind of pissed that Errol Spence Jr. got this kind of notoriety. Everybody looking at Errol Spence Jr. like he's better than him. And he don't like that shit.
That was a good comparison, though. That was a real good comparison.
Yeah, because I don't think it's like a jealousy, hatred. I think it's just that he had a harder road to go. He's he missed out on the success that he should have had, and everybody loved Errol Spence Jr. I think he want to go out there and knock his ass out. I think he want to show everybody. Yeah. I think he want to show everybody that Errol Spence Jr. ain't shit, and I think he want to just break him down like Marvin Hagler. Cause once he lost to Sugar Ray Leonard, he never boxed again. You know what I'm saying? He was so broke down by that decision, and that his rival that he really disdained. You know what I'm saying? Beat him. He never boxed again. He went and made movies in Italy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
For real. Yeah. He was like, yeah. But you already know Cuss played with them cards a little bit anyway.
But hey, Paul, I kind of disagree in the sense of saying like he had a harder road. I think that a lot of Bud's bad decision making as far as business created that harder road. Like, for example, after you became undisputed at 140, your contract was up with Top Rank. Why didn't you go to PBC when when PBC has all of the 147 pounders? Why didn't you go there? Why did you re-sign with Top Rank?
Like, that was a bad only decision. A year old.
But that was a bad decision. So
I know what you're saying.
Was it a bad decision? I know it was a bad decision as far as getting the fights you wanted, but monetarily, Bud was making more money than a lot of boxers.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, he had guaranteed $5 million a fight. Sean Porter fighting these Warriors for $2 million.
No, that's true. But I'm just saying, like, how couldn't Bud see the writing on the wall? Like, when you're fighting on Top Rank and all those dudes are talking about is Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? How can't you see the writing on the wall? Now you're suing Bob Arum, which you should, but at the same time, it's just like it's kind of your fault because Bob Arum, the history of this dude. Anybody knows the history of this dude. The clear example is Floyd Mayweather. What is Floyd Mayweather, the richest boxer in the game? What is Floyd Mayweather say his best move in his career was? Leaving Bob Arum. You know what I mean?
See, but the other side of the coin is because we always, see it as Bob couldn't make the fights. Who is Keith Thurman fighting next?
You said who is he fighting next?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been calling out all of these guys, but I mean, Keith Thurman is a non-factor.
He can't make the fight. And this is a guy that fought Pacquiao, you know what I'm saying, had 3 of the belts at the time, 2 of the belts at the time.
Right.
WBC and WBA, I think. But what I'm saying is some people get fights made easier than others. For whatever reason or not, either Keith Thurman want too much money or Keith Thurman don't want to get in there with him. Because you remember he threw that $10 million at Errol, and Errol was like, you lost your damn mind. Is that what he throwing out to everybody else?
No, Keith Thurman said he didn't say that. Keith Thurman said he didn't say 10 mil. He said, but it was a pretty penny because he said they were trying to cheapskate them because, at PBC, them dudes getting paid over there, bro. So why would you're going to take a dangerous fight for a low paycheck? No, that don't make any sense.
Exactly.
So I get it. You know what I mean? So,
Bud can't make the fights as much as Keith Thurman can't make the fights.
Right.
That's got to be Al Heyman getting together with whoever. I really feel like they got to bring Golden Boy back into the fold so we can get these guys fighting some other people to make bigger fight. Gary Russell ain't fighting nobody. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got to think of it from the prospect of Terrence Crawford. He's like, I'm not the most vocal and all this other stuff. Let me maybe just go with this role because they might can't build me up either.
But Errol Spence is not the most vocal. Errol Spence not vocal. When Errol Spence, once he get done fighting I mean, except for this, like this is the most promotion I've seen Errol Spence do in a long time.
Yeah, me too.
In a long time. Errol Spence is not vocal. I just feel like people relate more to Errol Spence because he's a quiet dude, he's a humble dude, he's chill, and he's about that action. When he get in the ring, man, let's fight. And he puts on a show. He's not boxing and moving around. No, Errol, he's boxing, but at the same time, he's putting the punishment on fighters, and it's entertaining the fans. So
Errol Spence's fans are passionate as Canelo.
But Errol Spence didn't have an easy road either. Think about it. It's not like every belt that Errol Spence got, he took it from a champion. He went over the seas to beat Kell Brook when Kell Brook, at that time, also people were ducking and dodging Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? At that time, Errol Spence went overseas and fought Kell Brook, took that belt. Then he fought Sean Porter. Sean Porter had the best win of his career against Danny Garcia at that time, even though that was controversial, but still we give it to him. He beat him, and now he just beat Ugas, who just got the best win of his career against Pacquiao. So, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is Errol Spence is doing stuff that Terrence Crawford is not doing, in my opinion. Errol Spence is coming off of layoffs, off of injuries, and still fighting the top guys in the welterweight division.
Which let you know that Crawford fight could have been made whenever Errol Spence wanted it to be made.
Right, but what this is my opinion. This fight makes more sense now than it did.
Wait a minute. How do you come to that conclusion?
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how I come to that conclusion. If a kid gets every pair of Jordans they want, why they don't want the 3?
Wait, hold on.
You heard what I said?
Hold on.
If I get my kid every pair of Jordans they wanted,
in hindsight,
he wanted Mikey, he got him.
In hindsight, this is what we know. We know that Bob Arum didn't want that fight.
Right.
Okay. We all know this now. Bob Arum said that fight ain't ready. He didn't want Terrence Crawford to have the Pacquiao fight. He didn't want Terrence Crawford to have the experience fight. So long as he was with Top Rank, that fight wasn't gonna happen. That's why when Errol Spence Jr. met Terrence Crawford after the Maurice Hooker fight, he told Bob Arum to his face, he said, "You only smoke in mirrors." People didn't see. Spence don't explain a lot of stuff he says, but it'd be a lot of stuff packed into what he's saying. He was saying to Bob Arum that he's just a bunch of fake phoniness because you smoke in mirrors. You're not trying to make the fight, because he already made a bid to what he wanted for the fight to Bob. You see what I'm saying? That was the 60-40 that he told Bob. Bob knew what it took to make the deal. See, that's why he told him he was smoking mirrors to his face. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not that Spence didn't want to make the fight. It's just that Bob Arum, he was under Bob Arum contractually. Under Bob Arum, he was holding Bud back. That's why Bud was suing him.
Okay.
So now
let's do this scenario. You got a fighter that wants to fight a certain guy. The promotional companies don't want to pay for it. What happens?
It goes to purse bid.
Purse bid. Teofimo and your boy Cambosis. Same scenario.
All right.
Ain't it the same scenario?
Okay, let me ask you a question.
No, that's not the same scenario.
No, because I'm not just saying it. I'm trying to get clarity, just to see what could have been holding it back.
I'm about to give you some clarity.
I just gave you the clarity.
So, all right, I'm about to give you some clarity. Think about it. Why would anybody want to work with Bob Arum? Look at the situation that Devin Haney is in right now, bro. You got to go overseas twice to fight this guy. And you're taking a very cheap payday, bro. The split is ridiculous. Why in the hell would anybody want to work with Bob Arum? But guess what? David Haney wanted to be the best.
Hold on.
He had no choice.
Moose the Great said, "I'm rolling with Spence. If TC catches Errol with that shot and Ugas caught that. Let me see. Let me read that shit. He says, I'm rolling with Spence. If TC catches Errol with that shot that Ugas caught him with, it will be very interesting. I give Spence so much credit for not taking the tune-up, just fighting remarkable." And let me read the next one. Let's see. It says Mikey called them out.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's Who's Real. Oh, what's up, Who's Real? Click the link if you want to come up Who's Real.
Man, listen. That again, people.
I'm sorry, you're going out, bro.
Yeah.
That Errol, that shot that he got hit with, that was his fault. That was a rookie mistake. It wasn't something that that Ugas created and he just took advantage of the situation. That's all it was to me. I don't see nobody. When do you see Errol Spence get hit with clean flush 2, 3, 4 combinations? When do you see it?
They know that. They know that. But from the outside, before you knew what was going on, it looked like he got hit. You know what I'm saying?
It looked like he got rocked with a shot that knocked
well,
his
he
mouthpiece out.
did. Now, I ain't gonna lie. He did get hit with a shot before that, but I don't think he was hurt until he got fucked.
Because I'm like, where the fuck is he walking to? Like, what is he doing?
It looked like Ugas hit him, and he was out his head for a second.
But I thought the same thing with Mike Tyson. I'm like, get your ass up, Mike. Like, no, where my mouthpiece at though?
Yeah, my bad, y'all.
So that should have happened.
Until Spence explained it. He said he thought the ref said stop.
Right.
And
because he,
you know what I'm saying?
A pull counter.
Yeah.
This my thing too about that shot. I just feel like people put so much emphasis on that shot, but that wasn't a shot that Ugas created. He just took advantage of the situation.
Yeah,
the shots that Errol was hitting Ugas with was shots that can be recreated over and over and over and over again. That shot Ugas.
What's going on, Kevin? Ed, what's going on? I'm just saying hello to some of the guys.
Yeah.
Keith Richardson, what's happening, my brother? Oh, okay. Who's just say he at work? Okay, my brother.
But do you agree with that though? Because that's just my opinion. That was a shot where it's like, oh man, Ugas set this up and just hit Errol with his nose. Errol's looking down, you can clearly see it. He was looking for.
You gotta go back and see that. You gotta go back and see. I think it was a uppercut he caught him with. That knocked out his mouthpiece and stuff. He hit him with a good shot. And
no, he did. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't.
Errol got extremely lucky.
Earl. Like that wasn't the shot that hurt Errol. Falling all into the ring is what I'm saying. Earl ate. No.
Yeah.
You know Errol got extremely lucky with that one.
Well, he got a chin because one of the heaviest hitters is Danny Garcia got a clean shot on him after the bell, and you seen what Earl did. You know what I'm saying? He just wiped it off. So he got a strong chin now. There's no doubt about that.
But I done seen Terrence Crawford get wobbly in a couple of these fights now. A couple of these fighters that I know Errol Spence would decimate, like Kavalaskis. Who else?
What's up, Keith Richards?
Gamboa.
Gamboa. What's up, my brother?
That's another person that need to retire, by the way.
Man, he need
to go. I just feel like if Gamboa can hurt Terrence Crawford, I don't think it's too far-fetched that Errol can. That's just my opinion.
Man, any fighter get hurt.
Oh no, that's true.
No, I'm not saying against what you said.
Right.
But when Errol got extremely lucky, because that ref was dumb enough to count that as a knockdown if he'd have got knocked down.
Right. But no,
because he didn't break it up.
No, that's true. But I'm sorry. I know I'm going extra hard for Errol, man. But I'm ready to see this fight.
You preaching to the choir. This is the Errol Spence channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you.
See, I
don't care nothing about being biased, bro.
Man, we got to draw those sides in the street, man.
We Spence over here all day.
Yeah.
I try to be fair as I can.
Washington. I'm just got that.
I try to be fair as I can. You know what I'm saying?
No, man, he don't be fair at all, man.
I think that Errol is just very underrated. To me, I think he's a complete fighter. In my opinion, there's nothing that. No, I'm saying underrated as far as like his IQ, IQ and his head movement and stuff like that. I just think that Errol Spence is a complete fighter.
Man, I listened to another channel earlier, man. I thought they were talking about Ivan Drago. They were talking about Errol Spence. Man, don't give me that overrated shit.
Errol Spence Jr. said something. He's been doing a lot of interviews and he's been letting you on a lot of insight because even though we watch his fights, he tell you what's up with him. He tell you what's going on with his game.
Yeah, man, I like Errol, man.
And he was saying like a lot of people don't understand that he does everything well.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? And he has to, and he's the type of person that has to go in the gym and work on all of it to be good. You know what I'm saying? In these different areas because he got so many skills and stuff. So it's like if he see you doing something,
coach.
yeah. So when he see you doing something, they got to come up with a game plan so he can work on those skills and get good at them,
Right.
sharpen them skills to shut you down. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
Yo, man.
you seen some different stuff in this fight. The head movement, so a lot more feints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way he closed the gap to get
Yes.
on the inside was
Yes.
really smooth.
Yes. And
It's almost remind me like how Mayweather used to duck down and get on the
yes,
inside. You know what I'm saying? To miss them shots coming in. I was like, this boy here is
something
special.
else.
He's
Yeah.
special.
And this is another thing. This is what I would say, like Errol Spence, like his promotion this time. This is the most I've ever seen Errol Spence in like 1 week. That's just my opinion. Like it was very interesting because a lot of people were interested in the the Mayweather sparring, and Errol Spence actually went in depth. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? In that sparring, and I just thought it was very interesting because to hear that they was fighting, and then he got out the ring, and then Mayweather say, "Oh yeah, you pretty good for a bitch," and then Earl to be like, "What, man? Fuck that, man! Turn that clock on. Matter of fact, turn the clock off." Like that was crazy to me, man. Like I just like that story.
Hey man, it's real though. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is rough, bro. And
Right,
the reason why Floyd Mayweather is so good is because he keep them young stallions in sparring. You know what I'm saying? To keep
mm-hmm.
him up on top of his game. And
Right,
he ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Because when you fight on a world class level, you're fighting the best. You fighting hungry ass young dudes who want your spot. So
right.
Mayweather know he's got to be sharp. Iron
You
sharpens
see,
iron.
he brought
Mm-hmm.
Zab in to help him with Pacquiao. He brought a strong ass lefty.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on and give me the work.
yep.
And see,
No,
you see some of these welterweights like Porter. Back in the day, they were helping Pacquiao
yeah,
in camps. Back of these, when you see these guys who are up here now, they were sparring with some of the champions the way back. You know what I'm saying? Giving them work, keeping them
right.
Oh,
sharp.
that's the way it go. Larry Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Larry Holmes with Ali
Yeah,
sparring
for real.
partner.
So when it could hit time, he was tearing their ass up to the
Hey,
point they
speaking.
And
didn't give him no respect.
Yep. Speaking of heavyweights, what's that dude name? Big Baby something in the heavyweight. That dude is gonna be the next great.
No,
I can't I can't think of his name. Y'all know
oh,
what
I
I'm
know
talking
you
about?
talking
It's the
about the
young
talking
boy
about,
boy
talking
who
about the
Jay
dude
Prince.
from Ohio. Talking about the dude from
The
Ohio.
one with Jay Prince,
is that
who,
him?
who came out with
Pimp suit on.
the mean, yeah.
Is that him?
I think so, yeah. I
That
think
young
that's what
boy
you're talking
right
about.
there,
As
man.
long as it ain't Miller.
Nah, not Big
Mm.
Baby, not Miller, not him. He no.
No, this dude, that dude there, he looked like a damn. He got welterweight combinations up in there.
Yeah,
He looking like them old timey welterweights. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, with Larry Holmes when they threw combinations and
yes,
moving and stuff. He looked like that, man. He looked
yes,
way more advanced than the heavyweights that we got now.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
yes.
forgot his name.
Check your comments.
But you know who I'm talking about, right? That kid's
Yeah,
special. The kid's special,
I
man.
can't call his name.
I can't
You know
think
what I'm
of
saying? I'm gonna have to
Anthony.
look
Is
him
it
up.
Anderson or something like that?
Somebody in the chat, yeah, he says not Frank Sanchez, bro.
Oh
Frank
heck
Sanchez.
no,
Frank,
hell no,
Frank,
no,
but I'm
that's
gonna
not
tell you
him.
though, I picked Frank Sanchez to beat who was he? Oh, what's that big dude name with the what's that big guy named Egypt? Damn, I can't call the African guy he just beat. Um,
Uh
Abba, what is his name? Ajagba?
oh yeah, yeah.
Ajagba? Yeah, because he was just too slow for him, and
Yes,
Frank Sanchez was just too nice, bro. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But
yeah.
no, it's another dude we talk. Yeah, yeah, Jared Anderson, the one who
Jaron
beat up
Ennis, that's his
the
name.
one who beat up Fury in sparring. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes. Jaron Anderson special, man. I think he's gonna be the next heavyweight champion. As long as he
If
get his
if
opportunity.
there we go, because
Yep.
that's what's going on now. They see the talent, and they're avoiding the best fighters in the league right now by using
Right.
politics and power. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's just sad that what I'm saying. Look at Devin Haney. He somehow it must have been God to give him an opportunity. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? At Undisputed, because they did not want to fight this man. You
Man,
know
it
what
Exactly.
I'm
did
saying?
take a war. It took a war to get that man feeling.
No, that's true. And
It took a war.
you know what else is annoying, man? I heard
What's
that
that?
Canelo is sparring on Dimitri Bivol. I mean, not Bivol, Better Bia. And it's
A
just like, Better
jogba.
Bia, what are
Mm-hmm.
you doing? Don't fall for the bait. Canelo's only doing that to see if he can beat you. So once he knows he can beat you in sparring, then he gonna take the fight. That man, oh my
Frank
God.
Sanchez, yeah.
Man, Canelo, man, that boy is something else, boy. Canelo, boy. Whew. And I'm
Man,
saying he got skill, man. The dude
yeah,
got skill.
I'm right
But
there with you. I'm right. I feel just like you feel, bro. I don't even be thinking about that shit by him and that cherry picking ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, man.
see, for some reason this country is so obsessed by wealth. So once you start making the money, you know what I'm saying, you on a whole nother level. Like right now, if I hit the lottery and shit, nigga be looking at me different. I'm showing you my house, my cars. You
Right,
know, people look at you differently. You might be same old trash ass nigga, but you know, cause you got a few dollars, and you
right,
can wear Versace every day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got you on another level. It's the same with Canelo Alvarez. He's
right.
successful. To fight him, he can give you life changing money. So you
Yeah,
know you're gonna talk sweet, and I hope Canelo pick you, so you don't
Exactly.
have
They
to
don't
keep
want him to
going to
put
the
it to you on the
you don't
doghouse.
want to keep going to this gym every day and running these miles and stuff. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Which is
So
why
that's
I don't
a
like which is why I don't like what the Charlo brothers are doing, man. Why y'all keep oh man, you know Canelo, he's great, man. He's doing man, no, stop that. Stop justifying this
well, they
BS.
used
I'm
to
sick of
call him
that.
out. They used to call him out, calling him bitch and everything. So now I guess they trying to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? I think they got Mexican wives and stuff. So there it is. You know,
But this my
I think Canelo sent them his wife so he could tone down the rhetoric.
right. I think that I just think
Hell
that
no, man.
to me it's kind of frustrating as like for black fighters, man. We always got to go through the gauntlet. Like with Errol Spence, if Errol Spence would have said, "All right, this is my last fight at 147. I'm not fighting Crawford. I'm moving up." You know what I'm saying? Or vacated the belts and moved up, man. Everybody would
They'll
have been on
bury
their
his ass.
head. But Canelo can do this crap, this BS. Canelo can do it. What other guy that was at board and Devin Haney? Um, not Camboso's the other one.
Oh, you talking about
Timo.
Teofimo
Tiafimo,
Lopez?
all these guys can do it. Lomachenko could drop the belt. All these guys can do this, but still getting praise. You know what I mean? I just think it's crazy. I just think it's really
Shit,
crazy.
goddamn, Lomachenko he get losses erased and shit. That nigga's powerful. I have
Yeah,
never seen, I ain't never seen a nigga who get a damn loss erased. Nigga
exactly.
undefeated. Nigga undefeated. You
Yeah,
know what
and
I'm
then
saying? Nigga had
I was looking at the pound for pound list, and I seen Errol Spence was number 4, and there's a dude named in Newquay, whoever the hell that is above him. I'm like, who the hell is this dude? I ain't never heard of him. I ain't never heard of this dude.
and
Like,
they,
who the
they
fuck
they
is?
and if Lomachenko lose, he don't have to go to the bottom of the deck. He just start right back. He'll get another
He just
shot
right
in
back.
two
Right.
days. In 2 days, he'll get another shot and still
That
be
motherfucker,
considered pound for pound.
he
Right.
like Rich Flair guy, man.
Who you telling?
No, all right, dude, this dude here, man,
Something else.
and you can tell. I mean, he gonna lose because he done got long in the tooth, y'all. He
Right.
done got long in the tooth. So if he know if he fights somebody active like Devin or Shakur Stevenson, it's a wrap for him.
Oh man, Shakur. Oh, that's gonna be the next big fight. Shakur versus Devin Haney. In my opinion, that's gonna be the next super mega fight.
I think
And
Devin Haney
Sure.
he'll be up at 140
So you don't
before
think Shakur
Stevenson.
tank?
Yeah, before he fights Shakur, he ain't gonna be able to make 130. He's gonna win undisputed, drop them belts because it's hard. He's struggling to make 135 as it is. So
right.
he'll be at a disadvantage if he try to fight Shakur Stevenson at 135. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Because
no, for sure. For sure,
yeah,
for
because
sure.
Stevenson, you're gonna have to be at your best,
Oh yeah.
and that dude is a phenomenal boxer. He's something special, bro.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think
he's
he
definitely
barely
special.
get touched in a
Oh
fight.
yeah. Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Man,
Shit,
he don't get touched. He don't get touched. He knows how to swim without getting wet, pretty much. That's what I like to
yeah.
say.
Well,
You know,
he got the reflexes, you know, the athletic ability, the timing. He's just into his craft right now. You know what
right,
I'm saying? They're gonna have to, you know, they're gonna have to give him a big contract. You know what I'm saying? Send him a couple of women to slow him down. You know what I'm saying? Cause right now he's just all up in the boxing, and
oh yeah,
that's what it really is. You know, being able to stay focused on boxing because boxing is such a tedious grind. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to keep up all these disciplines. You know, keep working on your jab, working on this move, working on your footwork, keeping in shape. You know what I'm saying?
right,
It's hard to just stay on them kind of disciplines. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I think
Then we
I just But boxing is like a year-round sport, and I think it's hard when, like for example, when Errol get done with training camp, and then he eating all crazy and stuff, and then he trying to go back in training camp, and then he losing weight with a sauna suit. I just think as long as you can maintain your weight, you'll be fine. I mean, I'm not saying it's not hard. Trust me, it's not easy being an athlete. You know what I mean? But
what's going on, Valentine? Go ahead, bro. Sorry.
Oh, I was just about to say, I just think it's about your mental. If Floyd Mayweather can do it, you know what I'm saying, making all that money, staying focused, locked in, I feel like everybody just got to follow that blueprint. But anyways, I know what's his name is going to chop up, Stevenson going to chop up Valdez. Like, it's going to be bad. He going to chop that dude up, man.
Man, they ain't going to test Valdez for nothing. Valdez going to be glowing when he coming at it.
You say he going to be what?
He gonna be glowing.
Moose the Grape. He made a point here. I'm just reading through the comments. He said that right here. He says look, bro, boxing is boxing. He said a lot of people won on mistakes. Former knocked out more because he made mistakes. He sure did.
Oh yeah, for sure. Wait, what is he referring to?
Well, I think we were talking back about mistakes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I forgot exactly what it was, but he's referring to something back. He said, look, bro, boxing is boxing. A lot of people won on mistakes, former knocked out. And yeah. So anything can happen in boxing.
He probably must be talking about when we was talking about Errol Spence. Maybe when I said that Errol Spence, that was a mistake that he caused. And I'm not saying that Errol Spence can't get knocked out if he keep doing that crap. So whatever you got to do with your mouthpiece, you need to get it fixed because your mouthpiece should not be getting knocked out your mouth. You know what I mean?
Well, he said it was something off about his mouthpiece. He said you got to make sure. I don't know how you come in there with a messed up mouthpiece though, but it is what it is.
That'll throw my focus off because I'm worried about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need everything on point. Because you fight and somebody coming at you with blows, you don't need nothing off. So that's an error on Errol Spence, and so he need to fix that. So yeah, I'm not saying that. That's my point. But my thing is, if Errol Spence keeps doing that, you can't do that against Terrence Crawford. You can't do that against some of these bigger punchers and better welterweights. You just can't do that because that's going to cost you.
Pink Fair Goddess, what's going on, Queen? She says, hi there. Hope you're doing wonderful and stay safe. Last night was awesome. Okay. Yes, sir. Let's see. We got some people up in here till this day. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I hope. Did y'all see that Ryan Garcia called out on Pitbull? I hope that fight happens, man. I want to see somebody. I want to see Ryan end up with somebody real, man. I just want to see.
I want to see Ryan get knocked the fuck out.
Oh yes,
I just want to see that.
Pitbull
I know, man. I know this is. Oh man, you just get tired of seeing him run his mouth. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just all that fake, phony stuff he's bringing to boxing. It's
man.
You just want to see somebody, kind of like. Remember that boxer a while back, Steve? What was his name? Used to be flashy and.
You're talking about Hector Camacho.
Prince. I'm talking about Prince Nassim.
Oh, Prince Nassim.
Prince Nassim, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though he would fight, you know what I'm saying? When Antonio Barrero went in there and tore his ass up, I was so happy.
He was done after that too. He said, "Fuck this."
Yep.
See, a lot of people don't know that he ducked Floyd too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ducked Floyd too. So you got a lot of fighters that talk a lot of shit and they don't want to fight the best, and that gets on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna like talk shit, please back it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Please get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk shit and then don't fight. Man. How many fights Ryan Garcia backed that up?
Man, Ryan Garcia.
Oh my God.
He lost all my respect when he got the Tank fight. Tank was like, "Please let me get man." Oh man,
bro, he got another one with Rolly. With Rolly, it's the same situation. Man, you know what I'm saying?
Rolly, man, he could have took Rolly lunch, ate the apple in front of him.
And wait, no, him and Rolly sparred. Him and Rolly sparred. Rolly tore him up in sparring. Had the man nose bleeding and everything. Did y'all see that?
Well, who was it? Because
Rolly and Ryan Garcia sparred.
Oh, I was gonna say I saw Tank beat the shit out of Rolly.
I was gonna say, yeah. Shit, I seen Teofimo Lopez get his ass knocked out.
But I'm sure Rolly probably beat the shit out of Ryan. Ryan, I give him no respect.
He
He's an
did. His
F
nose was
fighter.
bleeding and everything.
All right, let's bring it back to the fight. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, my bad.
Out of all of you know what I'm saying, Errol Spence Jr. fights, where you to place this fight amongst all his other fights that he had?
Ooh.
I got it second behind Porter. Porter is his greatest fight in my eyes. That was the best fight. Yes. He had to dig deep and he had to go get that knockdown. And he got that knockdown and it won the fight because they could have easily stole that fight if it went to the cards without that knockdown because Porter gave him a good fight. I put this at number 2. What you think?
Okay, I'm gonna let Ray go. Go ahead. Where you put it?
Wait. So wait, what are you asking? You saying like
out of all his fights that you've seen, yeah. Mm-hmm. What the greatest performance? Mm-hmm.
The greatest performance I ever seen Errol Spence do? Oh my God! I can't say the.
Where you place this fight? Where you place this fight? I think this was his best performance.
I might have to do that. I might have to say it's his best. It's either this one or the Lamont Peterson, because those both. Oh my goodness, Lord.
Yeah, he definitely looked the best in this one.
Yeah, I think this one might be the best.
But
the reason I say this was his best is because the caliber opponent he was fighting,
right,
in the Ugas
and the stakes.
And the stakes. That's right, and because of the stakes. I think this is the best. He put everything together that he's learned because I think he had a learning curve after the Kell Brook fight. He had a lot to learn. He needed a lot of experience, and he got that experience. He got everything he needed out of Sean Porter, out of Mikey Garcia, and out of what's his name, Ugas.
I don't know if he got anything out there, Mikey Garcia.
It's almost as if this is some kind of
him real good.
Yeah, he destroyed Mikey.
It's almost
right.
It's almost as if it's some kind of epic where he's getting all the tools that he needs to fight Terrence Crawford.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I think if he would have fought Terrence Crawford back when he knocked out Bundu, he would have got beat. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he had the experience and he didn't have the knowledge that he needed. I think because he learned, he boxed with Mikey Garcia, you know what I'm saying? He battled with Porter. He picked up these tools to sharpen these tools and gave him the confidence. More importantly, gave him the confidence to be able to walk in there with a star athlete like Terrence Crawford and be able to, you know what I'm saying, compete, you know what I'm saying, with a fighter like that.
I think the Porter fight was the same for Crawford as well. Go ahead.
No, I was just about to ask that. Now, pull counter. Do you feel the same way for Crawford? Do you think he's got all the necessary tools that he needs to beat Errol Spence from his competition?
Yeah, I do because he's been in the game longer than he became undisputed at 140, so he got a lot of confidence. See, it's kind of like being on the big stage. I don't think Errol Spence Jr. got any. He's got the experience. He got big stage experience, performing on that level. And I think Crawford had that, because he went in. He came in 2008. He won undisputed, so he got big stage experience. He's always performed at a high level. He went over to England to beat Ricky Burns. See, all that is experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? See, when you go out there, you are full of butterflies, and that affects your performance. But once you perform under certain conditions over a while, you get acclimated and you can fight your best. So none of that stuff comes into play. So he had that. So he could go out there and fight his fight now, and he could pull more things that he don't have to worry about the crowd watching. He don't have to worry about, how I'm looking and stuff like that. He's through all that. He's a veteran in the game.
So let me ask y'all this then. Let me ask y'all this. Who do y'all think is the fresher fighter?
Oh, come on now. Errol Spence. He's the younger dude. He's the younger dude. But, like I said, style made fights, bro. We still don't know how it's going to go.
But a lot of people
35 minutes.
And a lot of people have been saying this.
See what said Bud and Spence are next, finally. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, all right.
So, man,
we got us an epic coming up, man. I'm excited. I'm excited that we can really finally talk about what's going to happen next with these two, and it's coming soon. Because in my eyes, one of the biggest misses was Wilder and AJ. I know how you feel about AJ, but that was one of the biggest missed opportunities because both of them still had their O, and they was going to lose it to one or the other.
Oh, AJ was gonna get sleep. So AJ was gonna get sleep. I'm sorry, man. AJ was gonna get sleep.
Yeah. AJ has been exposed, bro.
They missed on that.
He's a wobbly weebly that became a boxer.
Oh, but don't get him started, man.
Oh yeah, you know, man. What are you crazy? Oh, you know how I feel about AJ. Man, he made me so mad, man, when he kept dodging the fight, man, and while I was trying to get that fight, man, I just couldn't do it, bro. After that, I said, this dude fake as hell, bro. He ain't got no heart, you know. You know, I couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't even watch it no more. I couldn't watch it.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's one thing I can say about Spence and Crawford. At no point really did I think that they were scared to fight each other. You got to get the business right. And in that aspect, Crawford played his cards right. He played his card real good, where he gonna get a way bigger chunk of the pie. Regardless of the percentage, he gonna get a way bigger chunk because they gonna have to pay him for that one fight deal or however that shit go. So he ended up coming out better than doing that fight with Bob Arum, and Spence finna get paid anyway.
Oh yeah, for
sure.
I
think another thing we're not considering, because I think Bud is getting what he's gonna do after boxing right. I think he's working on a lot of that stuff. I think a lot of that is getting in the way of his career right now because he got fighters, he's training fighters. And he's got that Bomac he's in partnership with. And, you know, they got gyms, they got businesses together. So he got a lot of stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? And that goddamn Bomac is toxic as hell. Did you see what he said? He said, we're going to fuck this dude up.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
If my trainer ain't talking like that, I'm finna put his ass on the net train about this bitch.
Who you talking? Hey, I saw somebody say,
my trainer better be saying that shit.
Hey, somebody had
but he'll betray Crawford for a three-piece white meat.
Sure. Oh my God!
You get that nigga a three-piece white meat, he'll fucking betray Crawford for a three-piece white meat.
But you know who Bomac sound like? You know who Bomac sound like when he talk, man? He sounds just like Teofimo Daddy.
Oh my!
He sounds just like Teofimo Daddy.
Man, I know nobody can sound like that maniac. That's crazy.
Now, did y'all
be in the house?
Oh, I didn't want to forget this. Did y'all see the fight? Or not the fight, but they tried to fight. I think it was Jamal Charlo and David Benavidez.
Man,
I was like, what? He need to go ahead and fight that dude, man, and stop that posing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like Jamal. When I seen it, I didn't like what Jamal was saying, talking about some y'all broke. Man, we ain't talking about money. What's the fight? Like, when the fight won't happen? Because David Benavidez has been calling you out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, hey, I'm just keeping it a buck. I love the Charlo brothers, but David been on them boys' heads. He been on all them boys' heads, man. So,
man, what would have happened if Benavidez would have made weight and been able to keep that belt?
Man,
and a lot of these excuses these motherfuckers have.
Bro, you know, I'm so upset at David Benavidez for that because he had Canelo cornered. Because Canelo was talking about being undisputed. He had him cornered. All you had to do was make weight. And Canelo would have to fight somebody real.
That's a slippery one, man. Canelo is slippery. He slipped out them punches. He slipped out that fight.
I swear he did, man. He fought. Man, come on, man. He fought Billy Joe Saunders, man.
Y'all smash the like button for your boy. Help bring more people. Helps the show. Appreciate you.
This dude fought Billy Joe Saunders and thought that was something. Are you serious?
It was like he broke his eye.
Man,
I'm like,
man, this is why I don't mess with Canelo, because Canelo, he made it so that he was gonna give Billy Joe Saunders the fight if he didn't fight Demetrius Andrade.
Yes, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't mess with Canelo, because he did not want to fight. Because he knew Billy Joe Saunders was gonna lose that fight, and he didn't want to have to try to get undisputed through Demetrius Andrade. See, so he making moves to line himself up for easy fights.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And his fans don't acknowledge this shit, but you know what I'm saying? That would have been a better fight for him. It would have made Undisputed real for him if he would have went through Demetrius Andrade to get the
Right.
WBO at 168. It would have made it would have made it more beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because for him going through Billy Joe Saunders don't mean shit because he's a shot fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Pull counter. But this the thing though, is Canelo fans don't see it. But hey, I'm really impressed with the actual Mexicans. The Mexican, like the legends, they see it. Like Marquez called him out about it. What's his name?
Yeah, he sure did. I remember. Juan Marquez and Chavez called them out, but see, it's a money train now because of fuck with Canelo. Man, if I was pro Canelo, do you know how big my channel would be? I'd be like, if I was to be like, fuck y'all niggas, I'm going Mexican, Viva Mexico. Man, boy, my channel, cause I ain't gonna say the channel, but it's one dude, you know, cause he's a Spence fan, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say, you know, he is huge now. Because he backs Canelo. He won't say shit negative about Canelo.
Man, he'd be like, Canelo party, it smelled like cinnamon.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But his channel, I mean, it's big business being pro Canelo, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You know that they go with the tide.
That's why we got to support our own, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just like not saying that you can't get behind nobody else, but we got to really push our agenda. You know what I'm saying? So we could stay strong and we could keep our dollars inside of, you know what I'm saying, our community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And be strong amongst each other. But we so goddamn competitive.
But you look at that shit last night. But see, Spence was the only black person on the card.
No, that's true. But this is why people like Errol Spence is needed in the game, because he's one of those big stars who's willing to fight anybody. Anybody, all willing comers, you know what I'm saying? As long as they got something on the table, he don't care. He's willing to fight them.
So yeah, speaking about sport, hit that cash app, you know what I'm saying? Somebody hit that cash app. Well, I'm just putting that out there, you know, black support, you know what I mean? So but yeah, man, yeah, I think that's shit. If we could support our black fighters the way the Mexicans support theirs, man, shit, man, you know.
Yeah. We support them right now, man. We supporting them right now. You know what I'm saying? Every little bit counts. We got to keep that, you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about when they lose. I'm talking about it don't matter if they lose or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They're going to support theirs.
But see,
that's how it goes.
But I was with Sean Porter until he started hating on Earl, saying a bunch of stupid
stuff.
Sean Porter ain't completely black though. You got to understand. Man, you know what I'm saying? His daddy. You know, he want to be, you know, one of those assimilated Negroes. You know, you know, he probably go skydiving on the weekend, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, he listen to rock music. Not nothing wrong to listen to rock music, but you know, it just, you know, that's his thing. You know, soul ain't the base of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Hey, did y'all listen to Derek James' interview at the end of the fight? It was so interesting, man. He said a lot of different things in there that was just so interesting. Like speaking of Sean Porter, what he said about Sean Porter and his daddy, you know what I'm saying, as far as what went down when because Sean Porter daddy did say he was gonna throw in the towel. He knew he was gonna throw in the towel before the fight started, and he was saying how it was a power struggle and that Sean Porter hasn't talked. He retired despite his daddy.
What's going on? What's going on, my brother? We got somebody in here. Let's see. What's your name, my brother?
What's up, bro? This Sosa, man.
What's up, man?
Oh, what's up, boy? I'm waiting for you to come through last night, bro. What happened to you?
Man, I came through and you weren't even on earlier.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I was. You see the screen about 4 hours long. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, you know, I must have missed.
I came through with the Brandon Lee fight. You wasn't on there.
Huh? Hey. No, I wasn't on that earlier. I came in around standing on his fight. That's when I came in.
Yeah,
somebody said
I thought we was going to get started at the Brandon Lee, so I said he must have got too drunk then. So you know.
I was still working. Yeah, I had to come on in. Soon as I parked, I cut this shit on. I said, "Let's go." You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Hey, poor
before the Brandon Lee, I was like, "Where my boy at?" Shit.
Hey, pool counter. Somebody said Bud Fresher. He hadn't had a challenge yet. See that? Yeah.
now, Sosa, what did you see last night, man? Nobody could break it down like Sosa. So break down what you
Boy,
saw last
I
night.
seen him made a lot of fucking money last night. Boy, I told everybody to take Spence. Remember, I told you to take Spence for the knockout, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah,
paying
yeah,
plus 265.
yeah.
And
I saw
you
that.
put 1,500 plus 265. That's a lot of damn money.
Yep.
It's a whole lot of bling.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm about to check out.
what's
So
your
no,
name?
break
You
down the
said
fight.
Sosa.
Break down the fight.
Oh, my fault.
See what it was? Okay, the first round, the first second round, he was getting the feel for it. But he was still tagging Ugas, He was trying to get a sense of Ugas' power. In the
Mhm.
third round, Ugas caught him with a clean overhand. And
Mhm.
Spence seen that he could take it. So but Spence was also a little rusty. He was under the lights, but like I said,
Yep.
it was Earl Spence Jr. Day. He was
Yeah.
gonna show out. And
Yeah.
he gonna show out on the holiday. It's his first holiday. You can't not get a stoppage on your first holiday. And see, what many fighters have known when you fight Spence, Spence has perfect punch placement. I call it the 3 Ps.
Mhm.
He got that PPP, that perfect punch placement. Like Spence will throw from any angle and still land on that same spot. He'll still land on that same spot. And he was
That's why I was
tagging
talking about that
Ugas.
uppercut.
He was
Mhm.
tagging Ugas' eye the whole time. And then, like around the sixth round, when Ugas caught him and knocked his mouthpiece out, the ref was getting on my nerves in the fight. The ref
Oh
wanted
man,
Yes.
what
somebody to
you
know his
talking about?
Yes.
name.
What you talking about? Yeah.
The ref wanted somebody to know his name, man.
Right.
He was breaking the fight up at wrong times. He was coming in, just, bro, let the men fight. They doing their fight. Go to Dollar Tree.
I thought they should have had
All
the
the rest on
black
the
the
right.
black ref from
So,
that always be doing Floyd Mayweather fights.
he acted like he was about to stop the fight, but he didn't. So Ugas fired off on Spence 3 times.
Right.
And everybody talking about Spence got hurt. No, Spence didn't get hurt. He's surprised. You standing up and somebody steals off on you. That's a flush shot. Most people go down.
Right.
But what he did was he hit that switch. He got the dog woke. He pissed that man off.
Mhm.
That's why Errol Spence laughed at him because he said, "Oh, that's what you want to do? That's what you gonna do?" But see, around that time, that's when the perfect punch placement started coming in. He started getting the eye extra hard, but then he started getting him in the body. He was hitting him with liver shots, rib shots,
Mhm. Sure
and then
did.
you look in the seventh round, he caught him with I think that shot broke his ribs because that's when Ugas his elbows dropped because he tried to stay tight. He tried to stay
Mhm.
tight as the elbows guard the ribs and his head to guard his face. But when
Right.
Spence got a way of punching around that guard.
Yeah.
Like you could be in survival mode trying to guard, but Spence got that PPP, perfect punch placement.
Right.
And when he sat there and stole off of Earl, it was over with. The dog came out. Earl started catching him in all the open spots, so he couldn't guard his body and his face. So plus Earl got one of the hardest jabs in the game. He got a
Yes.
jab like Lennox Lewis. Remember when Tyson
Yes.
got beat by Lewis, and then he said, "Man, that man hit like a back truck." He said
What's going
Lennox
on,
jab is
Bruce? I
like a
see you
back
out there.
truck. And Earl got that stiff jab. And people always talk about hand speed. They don't Earl since he moves so fluidly, it don't
Mhm.
look like it's fast, but it got timed it. It's like 0.06 seconds from when he fires it to when it lands.
Yeah.
Less than a blink of an eye, he's tagging you.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the sixth, seventh start accumulating, and he's a body snatcher.
That's
That
right.
body, sapping a person's body, that's sapping a person's strength. Like
Mhm.
when you got you a nice piece of steak and you start hitting it with the mallet so you can tenderize it. At first, meat's all tough.
Mhm.
Then you start
Mhm.
hitting it and just start tenderizing. That's like your body. That's
Yeah.
like your muscles in your body. At first, when a person first work out, like when they do a couple quick push-ups, your body all tight and everything, right? But
Right.
as you keep going, the muscles start stressing, they start loosening, and as you keep pounding, then it just turns. And that's just like pounding your body like that. It's just turning the muscles into jelly. And like if you watch, Earl's coach was on the sideline telling him to stop the fight because he knows how hard Errol punches.
Right.
He knows it. It's heavyweights and cruiserweights that spar with Earl that can't take them punch placements. And see, Davis, he's a damn welterweight. So that was busting him down. Like, I felt like they should have stopped it around the 7th or the 8th.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because
me
after
too.
that, it was just watching that man get beat on, man.
Right. Hey, do you think Ugas would be the same?
Nah, his orbital bone broke, man. He broke ribs, nose, and the orbital bone.
Right. Did you see that? What you thought?
Punch placement.
What you think about Spence technique up in that fight? He started looking kind of like when he was in Lamont Peterson with the movement, even more head
anybody
movement.
Watch? I said that I was on Blue Blood Sports that night, last night.
Yeah, I went over there too.
You was over there?
Yeah, I was over there.
Did you see what I put in the this Social Smith? You didn't see what I put in the chat? I told Blue Blood, I said it started to look like the Peterson fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said told it. I said it started to look like, and he tried to tell me, nah, it ain't like that. No, it started to look like the Peterson fight.
Nah, I mean, as far as his movement and the things he could show that he could move, he just shows you limited things. He don't do everything he could do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he just shows you what he needs. You know what I'm saying? If you,
but see,
you could
anybody
tell.
that fights Errol, they fight Errol. He might not got that one stop. Pow! He ain't got that one stop right there. But he like Jack Johnson, like Foreman, like they got that accumulation that beat you up, break you down power.
But see, hey, that's what Chris Van Hernen said, and he explained it perfectly. Just like you said, he said Errol Spence may not hit you with 110, but he's hitting you with constant 80s, and it's all throughout the fight. So you can't keep taking that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you seen what he looked like. You seen what he looked like. He turned that dude red. His whole body was like mush. You know what I'm saying? Because Errol was hitting him with some clean shots. He was hitting him with better shots he was hitting Ugas with, and he was done, bro. He was done bread, like my boy Black Fight Fan said. He was done bread, homie.
Right. I would tell you like this.
What's the
Sosa? If y'all notice, y'all remember the Danny Garcia Errol Spence fight?
Yeah.
If you notice, Earl took the foot off the gas around the 9th round. You see, Danny's eye was starting to look like that.
Yeah. Well,
Earl destroys. He has perfect punch placement.
Yes.
He breaks your body down so you drop your hands.
Yep.
Like if you kill the body, the head will follow.
Yep. But I think it's so funny when I be listening to Danny Garcia talk about that fight. He make it seem like, oh, me and Errol, we were so competitive. All Errol did was out jab me. No, that man dismantled you.
Well, bro, now
that nigga spared you, dog. Yes. He spared you.
I see it. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I see the new narrative that they're gonna come out with, that Spence can't take body punches. I've seen it where they saying that Spence has got the Keith Thurman body. You know what I'm saying? Because of the body punches that Ugas got in, and
Ugas didn't even hurt that man.
I know, but it's out there. People are watching this fight. His detractors are watching this fight with a fine tooth comb. They're gonna nitpick anything they can find. You know what I'm saying?
That's like the boxing voice. The boxing voice about, Earl is rock. He's snaking leg.
I don't even watch the box. I used to be subscribed to them, man. Bro. I don't even listen to them, bro.
They terrible.
They phony, bro, over there. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I was on the boxing voice the other day, right? And when I be on channels, I like to subscribe to all. I mean, I like to donate to all the channels. You feel me?
Yeah.
The other day, Shakur Stevenson was in there, right? And I talked to him, and I was like, Shakur, you think you send me an autograph, from a kid, And he was like, yeah, I got you. Now, being as made, last week, I won the Sean Porter autograph glove, right?
Yeah.
They supposed to have sent it over. I ain't got it yet, but it should be in the mail. But they was like, yeah, we got, so they come back from doing their little thing.
They got some big ones that look like soccer balls. They're big eggs that are empty. They're like 4 of them in a pack. And they got one long plastic pack that look like seashells. They're empty. That's all they got left.
Well, get them both.
Get them both.
Yeah, go ahead. But yeah, so
I was like, what happened now?
Right, me too. I was like, is that a clip? Like,
oh no, that was my driver. My driver was talking to him. I got my driver going to the store, so I don't get COVID. I sent my driver in.
I wanted to put up some of the fight, but I know YouTube shut me down because I recorded some of the fight. I wanted to put that up here while we talk, but
as long as it ain't got no sound, they can't do that to you.
Really?
Yeah, but don't put the whole thing. But you put up some of it without the sound. A lot of people do it. It's you doing highlights.
Hey, you said your name Sosa? Is your name Sosa? Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yes,
because
sir.
You seem very knowledgeable, man. I wanted to ask your take. What do you think? How do you envision the Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fight going?
I think this fight right here with Ugas is better fight than
That's
Terrence
what
Crawford.
I said.
Because see what Terrence Crawford, he has that one problem, pride. After pride comes destruction.
Right.
See, Terrence Crawford gonna go in there trying to show everybody that he's a dog too, because everybody questioning his dog mentality. So he think he can go in there and trade with Errol. And Earl's gonna break him down, like Errol told. Even there, Errol gonna break him down, man.
Yeah.
And see, Bud is this is what the difference is. People don't give Errol credit because he's so technically sound. He's so technically good. He's boring, basically. You feel what I'm saying? He ain't got the flashy knockout, the super fast hand speed. You know, stuff you look for in a favorite fighter.
Right.
He just does all the regular stuff great.
Right.
And see, Bud getting old, long in the tooth. You know, he used to switch from southpaw to orthodox. Now when he go orthodox, he gets his ass handed to him. So he got to go back to southpaw.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Earl's the best southpaw out there. So he can't go southpaw to southpaw with Errol.
No.
Plus, Bud's good, but Earl's jab right there. Everything lives and dies by Earl's jab.
Yes.
Errol, that's when I used to box, that was the first thing we learned. Live and die by the jab.
Right.
From the jab, you can go power. From the jab, you can go body. That jab, as long as you keep that stick out there, you can move your opponent anywhere you want to around that ring. And you can't do nothing about it.
Right.
And if you notice, people that got a good jab always give Crawford problems.
Yes.
Like when Gamboa hit him with the jab, they hit him with that right. Boom.
Yep.
Wobbled him. Mean Machine. And see, Terrence ain't got a chin.
No.
You know, Gamboa rocked him. Mean Machine put him on his ground. Everybody talking about Errol suspect, but Errol has never touched the canvas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bud has.
Yep.
And see, Bud gonna try to go in there to a firefight, and Bud's gonna get stopped.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna stop Bud.
I said the same thing. That's what I said. And I think that because me personally, like you said, because Errol does subtle stuff that is just so impressive to me. Like if Terrence Crawford really think he gonna be in there thinking he gonna be outboxing and moving around on Errol, you got another thing coming.
Well, he know
Earl's
gonna be throwing that.
Errol gonna be throwing that double, triple jab. And then as he's throwing them jabs, you're going to keep going back constantly. And Earl's going to be sneakily taking a step forward every single time, closing the distance. And then, boom, come across you to the body. Boom, come across you to the head. Man, I just don't see Terrence Crawford taking it.
Yeah, see, Terrence Crawford. Like, you see, he had problems with Sean. Sean Porter was beating with the jab.
Yeah. And that was 1 foot in, 1 foot out, Sean Porter.
Yeah. And see, people always talk about Errol and Sean Porter. What they fail to realize, Errol could have made that Porter fight a whole lot easier. But see, Errol, they kept saying Errol ain't got no grit, no toughness. That the only way Errol gonna win is if he boxes from the outside.
Right.
So Errol likes to take a person's strengths and turn it against them. So Errol was like, well, look, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna fight Sean Porter fight and beat him his way.
Right.
And he went in there, he bit down, and dropped him in the 11th.
But Sosa, this my thing about that fight, what makes it even more impressive for me, because I believe, me personally, it's just me. This was the best. That was the best Sean Porter we've ever seen versus the worst Errol Spence we've ever seen.
See, that's what people don't realize. Errol Spence haven't had no strength and conditioning since the Lamont Peterson fight.
Right.
So see, if they was gonna beat him, they should have did it before the accident.
Yes. Yes.
See, now he locked in. He's back to that nigga with the shag.
Yes.
You're not beating that man right there. You heard the people saying, they said nobody at 147 can't see him, not even Boots right now.
Nope. Oh, well, I don't know. Boots, I don't know about that one.
That boy that came last night. Boots' little body ain't ready for it, and Boots taller than Errol. Anytime Errol fights against a taller fighter, his jab get to go out. He ain't smothered his jab. He shoot that thing out, breaking it over the bowls now.
Yeah, I know. I feel you. I just think me personally, the only person that has a shot at beating Errol Spence is Boots. That's the only person, in my opinion. I think
he
Boots
has a
is the
shot.
only one.
He has. That's like I think that's like a 55-45 fight.
You say 55-45?
Yeah,
I think it'll be a little bit closer than that.
No, I think it's 55-45 because I think in the later rounds.
Okay.
I think the accumulation of because Boots is hits, but Spence, you got to realize that man hit the damn concrete going over 100 miles an hour.
Right.
So it ain't too much a man can really do to Spence. And you see, Ugas caught him with his arms at his waist. Go inside and do it, man.
Hey, with the mouthpiece out. With the mouthpiece out.
It did drop him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's flush. He called a couple flush.
Right.
That stumbled him, but who wouldn't get stumbled?
Right.
But see, you got to realize Boots is a bad man, but you got to realize Boots gonna be getting hit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I seen Boots. Boots like to trade. Boots flashy, but
I can't put the whole thing on. I just had to put a little clip on. Go ahead.
Like Delorme, when Boots was fighting Delorme was hitting him. It just wasn't doing shit to him.
Really? I gotta rewatch that.
I mean, yeah, he Delorme was throwing a couple shots, but it wasn't doing shit to Boots. Like he was walking through that shit.
Okay.
You got to realize Errol got heavy hands.
Yeah.
Each time he throw them shots, they got bad intentions to it.
Right. Yeah, you can see when Errol Spence Jr. miss a shot, you can see how his momentum, how it takes him. You know what I'm saying? And it don't look.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you can see how, cause when he miss a shot, it's almost like his whole body just, it just twists, and you're like, damn. But if you look at it from just dead on, it don't look like it's that hard. You know what I'm saying?
That's what he hit people with every time.
Right.
When y'all see him miss, and it look like he missed wild.
No,
that's what he's connected with in the body. He's connected with the same things. But
I'm saying, even if it's hitting the target, but even if it's not hitting the target, it's still hitting the arms. It's still hitting the shoulders. That stuff hurt. That stuff hurt, man.
I remember when I was boxing in the amateurs, right? I was boxing in the amateurs. And this dude, he just was staying in that shell. I couldn't get to him. So you know what I did one round? I beat his forearms and his shoulders up. He couldn't even hold his arms up no more. Dropped them out in the third round.
Exactly.
You put them frogs in a man's arm and beat their forearms and their shoulders. They don't want to get nothing touched either.
No.
Like your whole body gets tender now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Sosa, but this another thing too, like everybody keeps saying, oh, Crawford got outboxed Spence. I just don't see that because
he could outbox
is going to make you fight. There is I don't see no one ever outboxing Errol Spence where Errol Spence just looked like a complete idiot in the ring. You're going to have to fight.
First off, Errol Spence has the highest punch output of any welterweight in history, just about.
Right.
You're not going to outwork Spence.
No.
And Bud is a slow starter for one.
Yes.
So by the time Bud figures out what's going on, he's going to already be a couple rounds in the bank.
Yep.
That's 2. Number 3, that Spence jab is not no soft touch.
No. Right.
So that means Bud's face is going to be getting hit by that jab a few times.
Right.
You see, Kell Brook was hitting Bud with that jab. Bud stopped him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spence jab is a lot better than Kell's.
Yes. Oh yeah. 100%. And people. I heard somebody tell me this. They said that the way that Terrence Crawford is going to offset Errol's jab is by parrying his jab. Like how Bud kind of puts that arm out and kind of his left arm out and kind of
parry. You see what happened when Ugas parried the jab?
Yes.
That damn right came straight down the pipe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what I told you.
His shots close and they tight.
Right.
You don't never see Spence throw more than the 2 punch combination.
Right.
Because Derrick James trains him. See, Derrick James was a defensive fighter.
Yes.
And see, he thinks defense first. But when you come to offense, to utilize everything you do on the offense. So you're not wasting your punches. That's why when you see them on the pads in the bag, You don't see them doing them 1,000 hits. All you see is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's all they do is solid 1, 2, 1, 2.
And see, and when you don't see, you limit your time. You know, you limit your, you know, he don't open up as much. You know what I'm saying? If you you know, work it like that, because one thing I noticed was Errol Spence Jr. His transition, man, the offense is a lot better, bro.
Yeah, he can
I'm saying.
transition from offense to defense in a blink of an eye. Because all he's doing is
I'm
1,
talking
2.
about people. People used to say that his transition was bad. I think that was due to him coming back off his layoff and being rusty and stuff. Because sometimes he'd be off balance. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, his step wasn't good going on to offense and stuff. But this fight here, it was seamless, bro. You
Right.
can
But
see.
they say that, but how can you say that when he's not getting touched? And he's clearly washing them out each round.
Right.
And the only time he decided to get touched was fighting Sean Porter in his fight.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, he didn't have to get down and dirty with Sean Porter.
Yeah. And I guess we can dispel
He could have sat back and fought Sean Porter the way, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have to sit there and do
I
that.
believe that. I agree with that. Look at
Right.
this clip here. You can see from this clip here, man, just the way he's getting in. He's manipulating the defense with one hand and moving it. He just got so many different ways of doing things, man. He is a complete fighter.
Like everybody that says, we haven't even seen the best of Errol Spence yet.
No. Right.
He hasn't had nobody make him go in his bag of tricks yet. We still got facets of his game that we haven't even seen yet.
Do you think Terrence Crawford gonna pull it out of him?
Oh yeah. I think. Well,
honestly,
they said. Nah, I want to ask you guys something.
I really don't think Terrence Crawford. I like Crawford. Don't get me wrong. Crawford, my second favorite fighter. Mm-hmm. But I don't think Earl gonna get that pulled out until he face somebody like Canelo, dog.
Mm.
Oh wow!
And if y'all already noticed it, they built the Earl and Canelo up. They had the press conferences on the same day.
You think Canelo gonna actually come down, because he's way up there at 175 or some shit right now.
Okay, he about to come to 160 to fight Triple G.
Oh man, but Triple G is food, bro.
Yeah, that's
okay,
food.
But
that's gonna be a stoppage in like round 5.
But you know, Earl can make 160.
Yeah, he definitely can.
Earl taller than Canelo.
Shit, he probably walk around at 170,
Earl
160.
used to walk around at 180, 190. That was his problem. But he had to get the weight back down.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to see that.
Well, he's definitely more skillful than Canelo.
Yeah, I think he is, but
he's definitely more skillful than Canelo.
Canelo's I'm gonna tell y'all, everybody. See, look, that's the problem. Everybody think Canelo's superhuman. He's not.
No, he's not superhuman.
He's not even the best skill for skill. He's not.
Floyd made him look easy. Errol Laura boxed the hell out of him. Laura ain't got no power, but Laura was hitting them.
But Sosa, this is my thing. I'm just tired of Canelo picking on smaller fighters. I want to see him fight Charlo. I want to see him fight Benavidez. Fight somebody your size that's equally as talented. I want to see that first. Don't call up a little Errol Spence that's not saying he's little. Trust me, Earl can hit and all that. But don't be calling up no dude that's way
Why would you say Earl
weight
little?
class. Fight somebody that's right there with you. I want to see
Earl
that.
was right there with him. You feel me? Earl go down to 147. You feel me?
Yeah.
Earl walks around the same. He used to walk around the same way as Canelo.
I'm just saying, I want to see Canelo fight.
You know Jamel Charlo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jamel Charlo spars Earl. Earl be beating Jamel Charlo in sparring.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I was so surprised when you said that. I thought, they never said that. I never could find out the outcome of the sparring, and it is sparring. But when you told me that, I was blown away. Let me see. Let me get some comments in. Eric, what's going on, Eric R? And who's real? Who's real? Said Ugas was trying to get away, and Spence wouldn't let up. And Eric R says Bull would try to make Errol pay for overcommitting, and that's the only thing I worry about. And Vince Edwards, how you doing, Vince Woods? He said, I agree. I want Canelo to fight Benavidez or Charlos. That's what's up.
What is Errol?
See, I'm gonna tell you who will beat the shit out of Canelo when he know it.
What does Errol overcommit at?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you, Charlo ducking this man too. Boo Boo Andrade,
right?
Boo Boo will beat Charlo, Canelo, and Benavidez. And I ain't really I used to like Boo Boo until I sat back and watched. He has an awkward ass style, but guess what? He throw the punch from every angle, but they land where he needed to land. He hits where he needs to hit.
But he got one shot kill power too, man.
Yeah, and Boo Boo can drop you off.
Yeah,
and he's slick. Canelo is smart. Canelo knows Canelo's slow. I'm just gonna say it right there. He has fast hands. He got a brilliant boxing IQ, but his feet are slow.
Yeah, he ain't got no feet on him.
And
see,
he's an old 31. And he's an old 31.
But I think
fought over 60 fights though. But Canelo knows this. That's why he don't fight them little slick, fast black fighters like that.
But if
that's
Plant
why he
had
fought
more
an
power,
old beat up Danny Jacobs.
I feel like if Plant had more power, he could have beat Canelo.
Yeah, but Plant ain't got enough power.
Right.
That's right. And he stays away. He stays away from fighters with. He stays away from young fighters with power, and that can move.
You know what's crazy? Everybody talking about this Jamal Charlo, right? He sent Jamal Charlo on contract, and Jamal denied it. Jamal Charlo even admitted it.
But we don't know what was in that contract. Now we don't know.
Right.
We don't know what was offered though. You know what I'm saying? Because you would get a deal like Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know you don't know what that contract.
You get a deal like that, but you know what? Floyd had to take that deal for Oscar.
Yeah, you're right.
That's true. That's true.
Sometimes it ain't about the money; it's about legacy.
Right.
Now, if he would have sit there and took that deal and popped Canelo ass, then what would his fights be like?
Exactly.
Real big. He would have been on top.
You got to pay to play, like Jack Johnson. Back in them days, he had to get him up. They had to get that man $30,000 to fight Jack Johnson.
Look what they did to Joe Louis. He had to pay a whole nother fighter his whole salary. Yeah, had to pay his whole salary. You know what I'm saying?
Salary for 10 years. But guess what? He did it. Sometimes it ain't about the money; it's about legacy.
No, I know what you're saying.
It's how bad you want it.
That's right. Bullshit. Paying the whole salary.
They did Joe Louis dirty.
Look, Benavidez said he'd fight Canelo for $1 million. You feel me? Like me, if I was in that race, I'll fight Canelo for motherfucking free. If I knew I could beat Canelo, if I knew I could beat him, just to get him in the ring, I would take whatever they give me. You know why? Because after I beat him, the sky's the limit. I can write my own checks. I can do whatever I want to do. That's one thing that they don't realize. Like Devin Haney, he got to get this man the majority of the purse twice. But once he becomes unified, oh man, he get to write his own checks, and he owns his own promotional company.
Camboso's only doing that because
he go back to the drawing board. He can talk whatever because he has to beat Cambosos twice, then Lomachenko.
But that's
after that run right there, they're gonna have him top 5 pound for pound.
But Devin,
I don't know why they keep putting Lomachenko up in the top 5, but
Devin Haney cannot go in that fight making it competitive. He's got to make it literally a one-sided.
He has to try to knock that man's
he got to knock him out off because they'll rob him. They'll rob him, man. Please, Devin.
Yeah, they rob Pacquiao down there.
Competitive. Right.
You know, they rob Pacquiao down there. Pacquiao's a much bigger star.
Exactly.
So
who is real? Let me get who is real comment there. He said, I see Errol Spence Jr. fighting Thurman at 154 and stopping him. Shit, he'll stop him. He'll stop his ass right now.
Right.
I think Tank will stop Thurman. No, I'm being serious. Like, first off, Thurman can't take it to the body.
No.
And people don't realize Tank is like a little Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And see, Tank hits hard. People don't realize Tank hit hard. And about 3 or 4 years ago, you remember Tank and Errol was sitting there joking, and Tank was like, I want to see what Errol hits like. Remember he was talking about fighting Errol, but he was joking?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Tank spars welterweights and junior welterweights. And I'm just saying, you know, Tank is faster than Barrios, stronger than Barrios. Barrios was bigger than Tank. He's 5'10". He had Tank about 5 inches. Keith Thurman only 5'7", 5'8". And you see Keith Thurman struggled with Barrios. Well, he didn't do it dominant. He didn't drop that man, and he got hurt to the body. Tank dropped that man 3 times and knocked him out.
There's a lot of people think that Tank could take Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Vince Wood said that, you know, let me see what he got a comment
Tank the
here.
same height as Pacquiao. You see what Pacquiao did?
Right.
Yeah, I got that
Dang, that's a good
phone
point.
slowing down. I'm trying to get this thing bouncing around. Yeah, but Vince Wood say he think Tank could beat Thurman.
But my thing, man, Thurman is just so fake, man. He just so fake. Now you want to
I
come out,
know, bro.
oh yeah, I want
That
to
shit
fight
is
all these
annoying.
guys, bro. When you
That
had
is,
all the belts, you was talking that greasy talk. You was trying to sound like a professional. Now you all about action. Now, man, I ain't trying to hear that.
But he wasn't about
You
action when
coached
he had them
yourself.
2 belts.
y'all
I
make sure
know
He
that.
y'all
had
hit
them
the
2
like button
belts.
for your boy. Go ahead, my bro.
Oh yeah, my fault.
He had them 2 belts. He kept dodging Spence.
Yep.
He didn't want that smoke.
Nope. But now he wants to smoke. Nah, too
Now
bad.
he
You out the
sees
loop
that
now.
ain't nobody talking about Thurman, and he has he want that Spence fight now because he ain't got shit to lose.
Exactly.
But he got everything to gain because if he get it, then then Thurman will go down to the record books as being that unified,
Exactly.
But Errol says Crawford, then I'm moving up.
Right.
So Thurman, you done missed the boat. If you try to get your name relevant, you got to go through one of them little young tigers like Boots. Your best
He don't want to
bet is
do
to go
that.
for Virgil Ortiz.
He don't want to do that. And Boots gonna chop him.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
See, people put a
Ugas.
lot of praise on Virgil Ortiz, right? Virgil Ortiz remind me of a daggone Jason Rosario. Like Virgil Ortiz, he's pretty basic. Like he's like
Yeah,
1, 2,
yeah. I
1,
know what you
2.
mean.
Yeah, like
He got power. He got power going forward. You know what I'm
he's
saying?
front foot dominant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He reminds
You
me,
could
matter of
time
fact,
him.
of
You
like
could time it. Just like he got fucked up with a Green Machine fucked his ass up, bro.
he's
He was
like a
fucked
Victor
up.
Postal. Virgil's like a Victor Postal, just a bigger Victor Postal.
With more power. Because Vic Post
With
ain't
more
got no
power,
power
yeah.
like that. He ain't got no
He ain't got
power.
no super skills. Like he ain't
Right.
really good. He got good fundamentals.
Yeah.
That's it. Like Virgil got good fundamentals, but he ain't got no super speed. He ain't got this and that. He's just,
And plus, he ain't the real deal because they don't believe in him because they trying to put that Boots fight off. You know what I'm saying? They trying to.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They talking about some goddamn 4 years, bro.
What else you want?
Hey,
get you something. Shit.
Who do y'all think had more punching power?
Yeah.
Spence or Crawford?
But
Well, it depends because I think Spence got more concussive. I think he got longer lasting power.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
He got that cumulative break him down power. Like Spence,
I think
he
Crawford got
on
that
the
knockout power.
insides. He
But
got that power that breaks you down.
Who is
Like
Crawford knocked out like cold?
Well, he ain't got no knockout cold. He got that power to knock your ass off you. You know what I'm saying? Get you drunk. You know what I'm saying? You see how he catch it. He use your
got that power
momentum.
to rattle your equilibrium.
Right, because he catch you coming forward too. He knows how to time.
That's the difference though. Like Crawford got that dynamic, like that pop. He got that pop.
He got that
It's the
speed on his
difference in the person
punches.
got that pop and person that got that boom.
Okay.
Like
hey Sosa. Well,
yo,
I asked Pool Counter this earlier, but I want to ask you this also. What do you think about? Because I don't know if you've seen Derek James's interview at the end of the fight, and he said a lot of interesting things, man. I want to ask you, what do you think? Because somebody asked him what makes Terrence Crawford so great, and Derek James says he think his athleticism, and the guy said, no, I think usually when you talk about Terrence Crawford is his IQ, but Derek James was like, nah, man, this is athleticism that makes him
that's
great.
what I said. He like Roy Jones was.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we talked
Terrence
about
Crawford
earlier.
and Roy Jones remind you of each other. They have remarkable athleticism. But Terrence Crawford and Roy Jones has IQ, but guess what? Terrence Crawford ain't technically sound, man.
Right.
That's why people like Mean Machine and Gamboa can catch him. See, Terrence, he has them twitch fiber muscles. Like, everybody talk about the IQ and that, but that all leads back to his IQ. He sits there, he dips and dives because of his athleticism, because he has the reflexes. And then
he got that reach. He uses his reach to perfection too.
That's what I'm saying. So look, he got the quick hands and he got reflexes. But that's the quick hands and use that reach like that. That's athleticism. Like Roy Jones, he used to be that Captain Hook. Like he's fast, he's quick, he can dodge. And see, Terrence can dodge, hit you, and then get out the way. But that's his biggest downfall too. Like Roy, once the age starts catching up with you, your athleticism starts to fade. And see, Terrence doesn't have no technical jab. He doesn't have a technical fighting style.
Right.
So when your athleticism starts to fade, then you see after Roy slowed down, you see everybody start beating my boy Roy.
Right.
Yep.
That's why Terrence said he wasn't gonna fight past 35. Because he knows his own strengths and weaknesses. He knows as he get older, he turns into a regular fighter.
But
see,
my thing
when
is,
his athleticism go down, you got to sit there and think of just off your accomplishments,
right?
And if you're damn what you know, then you become a regular fighter.
But you know, Terrence Crawford, to me personally, he makes a lot of different mistakes. Like even when he's countering, he's pulling back, throwing shots, leaving that chin wide open. You know what I'm saying? And I think a guy like Errol Spence can expose that. And I think Errol Spence can low-key match him in athleticism, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, that's why Derrick James said the Terrence fight ain't gonna be that problem. Like I said, Ugas was probably a harder fight. See, the Terrence Crawford fight ain't gonna last as long as the Ugas fight. Go to that store over there, the reptile place. See the damn Terrence Crawford fight, they gonna go in there, they gonna get it in. Right. It's gonna be high speed chess match, and then one of them gonna go for broke. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's gonna be Terrence.
Motherfucker. Did you see what I said? No, I said it right there, motherfucker.
Damn.
And I say you do something, you do this shit, dog. Turn down.
Hey, but ain't number real brothers up on my boxing channel. You know what I'm saying?
Sit there and pay attention to shit. Stop worrying about what I'm talking about on the phone and do what I tell you to do, man. Sorry about that, people.
Nah, you good, bro.
So what I was saying.
It is what it is, bro.
So like I was saying, go ahead and let me know what they got. Give me like a list.
Right.
So like I was saying, when that athleticism go away, then all that other stuff start to fall.
Right.
Roy Jones, once he started slowing down a bit, he started getting knocked out.
Right.
And see, Crawford, it takes him a minute to get used to a person to wear him down a little bit.
Right.
See, Sean Porter ain't the best athlete.
No.
But he's great with fundamentals.
Yeah.
He ain't got no power. He's short, but he's fast, and he know how to keep his head movement. He got the best head movement in the game.
He got best feet too. That boy fast. He got football feet.
That's the first thing I said. He fast.
That's his greatest attribute. I mean, that boy could feint. He could do 100 feints in a second. He had Errol off. You know what I'm saying? He had to catch on to his how he was throwing because all them damn feints.
But
Sean Porter's problem in that Terrence Crawford fight was he was lunging in too much. He was lunging too much, and Terrence Crawford was timing him, catching him with uppercuts and straight shots. So that was the problem in that fight. When all he had to do was just continue what he was doing in the beginning. Hit him with them feints.
Sean wasn't as prepared as he was. You know,
right? Because that Sean Porter that fought Earl Spence could have beat
animals. And he said that he knows where they buy their animals up there. And he said that if they ain't living and all, he can tell you why. He said if you call him, he can explain everything to you because he has to keep them up.
All right.
Yeah, but he gave me that card and told me to.
Okay, but I'm on the phone, bro. You can sit there and wait till I'm done, right? All right. But just wait right here. We're gonna wait here about 5-10 minutes. But yeah, that Crawford fight it's not gonna be as hard as people think. It's gonna be a lot of shocked people though.
But so what do you say? Like what do you say is gonna happen in the fight?
Okay, they're gonna be fighting, and Errol gonna catch Bud with a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice any fight that Terrence Crawford be in, when you hit him with a good shot, oh man, I got to get back. So now he's gonna start throwing, and see they're gonna get into a firefight. And see, lesser people that Sean Porter. See, a lot of people that Bud has fought lately have been at the end of the damn rope. Sean Porter was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That Errol fight, and when you fight Errol, that take a lot out of you, man.
Yes.
everybody that's fought Errol has had lasting problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sean Porter would retire after that because he took a punishment. Danny Garcia, you see, he ain't been in the ring in a while. Mikey Garcia, it took him a while to get in the ring, and this is just Errol not knocking him out. See, I feel like when you knock a motherfucker out, you giving them a free pass. I'd rather get knocked out than go through 12 rounds of just getting beat on, man.
Right.
And see, Terrence will knock a person out, and you know that's a flash knock. That's just a quick shot, a jolt to your brain.
Yeah.
But see, Errol has a bigger mass on his fist. His fists have a bigger mass than Terrence's mass.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he hitting you, you get, instead of getting that pop, you get that thud.
Right.
And that thud is spread out around a bigger area. See, Errol's hitting a bigger area when he hits. So scientifically, that area is absorbing more of the punishment. As whether you hit a person at a single point, you know, it just rocks, boom, you know, but when you get an area, it absorbs it a little bit. So you end up taking more and it accumulates more.
Mm-hmm.
So while Terrence got that quick dynamic knockout, Errol got that do like chopping the tree down. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you know, lightning can strike a tree and split it real fast, right?
Yeah.
But it don't knock the whole thing down. But you know, you take an axe and you just keep chopping at it, and knock the base down, and the tree goes all the way down.
Right.
It's just not no flash knockdown. It's
Yeah,
taking the
who's
whole
real?
thing
I saw
out.
that. Yeah, he had an orbital fracture. They saying that ESPN reported that Ugas got an orbital fracture. What's going on? Hey, Jose.
Damn.
And it's
I told y'all
Vince.
Y'all was watching Blue Blood. I said he got an orbital fracture. I see.
Yeah. Vince Wood said, I have Errol Spence Jr. beating Crawford because Crawford don't go to the body. Crawford is a good boxer though. Yeah, I feel you.
That's another thing. After about 3 or 4 rounds, Earl's gonna be done tenderize Crawford's body.
Yeah.
So he ain't gonna have all that stamina that he has. He's gonna be a lot slower, and his punches gonna lose that stink off of him. And once a person start beating up your body, you don't want to use your hands. You see Ugas stop throwing. Because every time he throw one shot, he get 2 or 3 to the body.
Yeah. And then my opinion, Terrence Crawford is not really that defensive responsible.
He lets his hands drop. He lets his hands drop.
Right.
Because he relies on his athleticism.
Yeah,
like you know. Fast enough, he can dip out the way, dodge, or counter.
Right.
But see, that's not going to work on somebody that's defensively responsible like Spence.
And who's a ring cut off master.
He's a ring general. That's what you want to say. He's a freaking ring general.
Yes.
And he will cut it off, and he will do everything that needs to be done.
Right. And that's why I'm trying to tell people like Terrence Crawford is able to do all of that stuff because a lot of the guys he's fought are gun shy. But with Errol Spence, you got so much punches coming at you. You don't have that much time to be thinking, oh yeah, let me hit you with this shot, that shot, because there's so much coming at you that you get flustered. Your mind just get flustered, man. And then here you go, boom, you get caught with a shot, and then it's done. And
so you want me to tell you another reason why Crawford gets knockouts than Spence don't?
You said what?
Spence fighting people. 90% of the time, when Spence fighting people, they in a defensive shell.
Yes. Yes.
90% of the time, they always balling up because they trying to stop the punishment. When they fight Terrence, they got their hands.
Hello? He gone?
Yeah, looked like he fell off.
Yeah, I think
he just went. But yeah, man, that's what's up. He'll be back. You know what I'm saying? Sure. You know. Yeah, man.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me see. Hey, Hell Sue says, let me get some of these comments in. He said, Crawford also has been getting tagged a lot more lately than he used to. That's because he's slowing down, my brother. And that's why I wanted this fight 2 years ago, because, you know, now he's finally getting the ride with the fight that he should have had when he was younger. And Errol Spence Jr., you see, he's getting the biggest challenges as he go along late in his career. And, you know, eventually it's going to catch up with him.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. I feel like every Crawford fight I've really watched, he's been getting tagged up quite a bit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You know, so he's getting older, so he's just like Roy Jones Jr. He's starting to get tagged because his athleticism is starting to slow down. You see what I'm saying? See, he was able to get out of trouble, just like Ali. When he was younger, his legs used to get him out of everything. He could lean back, he could move from side to side, he could even catch you on with a shot because his opponents was overextended. He would catch him with a counter. You know what I'm saying? When you're young, you can take advantage of it because your reflexes. But now that he's getting old, at 34 is usually when the change come about in fighters. You know, even though it's different for every fighter, but usually in the flashy athletic people who rely on their athletic ability, that's when 34 is when people start really slowing down. That's when the change comes.
Right.
Yeah,
But
I'm sorry
I
about
just
that.
don't
My
think.
wife called, fellas.
Oh no, you
It's
good,
all
boss.
good. It's
I
all
think
good.
that I just think that Earl, like Crawford really tries to bully a lot of his opponents. You're not gonna be able to do that with Earl. Earl is just a bull in that ring, bro. You're not gonna be able to bully him. You're not gonna be able to push Earl back. There's no way in hell Earl Spence is gonna let a smaller man push him back. I just
He
don't
don't
see
even
this
let a
going the
bigger man
distance
push him
what
back, and he be
everybody thinks it's
sparring them
gonna go.
super heavyweights in the thing.
Right. I just don't think I just don't see it no other way around it. Earl is just gonna beat this man. The only way Crawford is gonna beat Earl is if he just knock him out. Because Earl's not gonna stop coming. I'm sorry, Earl's not gonna stop coming. He's literally gonna have to knock Earl out cold to beat him. Because you're not gonna outbox Earl. You're not gonna do it. I don't see it. I don't see it.
My rhythm said, and don't forget chopping makes you put your hands in your pocket because he do have a chin and one shot ain't going to do it. Oh yeah.
No. One shot is
Right.
not gonna do it. I don't know. This is my thing again. If Errol Spence can give Floyd Mayweather problems, and I know this is sparring, but Floyd Mayweather is just the greatest defensive fighter of all time, in my opinion. If he can hit Floyd, he can hit Terrence.
And another thing, you know, cause who is real, he's kind of like my boy Sosa, man. They be on it, bro. He said Spence hit harder and harder, you know, as the fight goes on, you know, plus he's relentless. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And that's just one thing about Spence, man. He just put more effort into the fight as it gets, because he tries to tear you down. So he knows once you know you start the weekend, he just put more force into it, just like he did Ugas last night. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He just got him up out of there. Once he started getting weak, that's why he get in top shape.
Right. Hey, pull counter, but I thought, but you know, the critics said that Earl needed Blu-ray. I thought Blu-ray was the magical pill to get Earl back.
Well, the thing is, you know, when you train with somebody, you learn too. You know,
Right.
you learn. So, you know, once he trained with Blu-ray, you know what I'm saying, he knew what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when I went to the Army and stuff and I, you know, start working out, you know what I'm saying, I knew how to maintain, how to work out. You see what I'm saying? And plus you got these to be fit people. You know what I'm saying? They got him eating right. They got him, you know what I'm saying? They got him losing the weight right. And plus, he's a special athlete. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have to do much for special athletes, you know what I'm saying, for them to reach their pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? He's already a natural, strong guy. So, you know, so really all you have to do is get him in shape and, you know what I'm saying, add whatever extra, you know what I'm saying, you can, you know, put on to his body and make him more efficient. That's all he really needs. You know what I'm saying? Because he already got training from other. That's why you get experienced trainers, so you don't pull your muscles and hurt yourself in training, and know when to train, when not to train. I think the reason and you know, I don't want to put nothing out there about Blu-ray. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even speculate because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I know he had his best performances with Blu-ray. But it's all about the athlete, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, it's all about the athlete and what that trainer can bring out in you, and how hard he can get you to work, and what's effective for you. Because you can get somebody to push you, and then you fuck your body up. You know what I'm saying? You train you too hard. You know what I'm saying? Just like football players, you know, you just got to have some real knowledgeable people about how to work your body. You know what I'm saying? Because you can hurt yourself. You can hurt yourself.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm
Let me see.
Earl is a beast.
Keith says, let me see. Let me get some comments in. I got some people coming in. Let me see. So I've been trying to put these clips up, Ray, and I'm trying to trying to read the comments and everything. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say. I'm trying to get these. Okay, so Spence is relentless and punishing you, and he's flashy, and he's not flashy, and he just to built to go man down. Okay, that's and let me see. Let me get another one in. Vince Wood say. I don't know why my phone's so slow, man. It's like slow getting the comments to come up. Let me see. I'm trying to get it to flash up here. And I guess because I got all this clip work going on.
Yeah. But I like Blu-ray, man. Blu-ray, I think he's a good dude, man. But like you said, Earl is just special, man. So you can't just be like, oh, because Blu-ray was going around on this tour saying, Earl, he got to work back with me, man. Earl missing that pop. Nah, Earl just wasn't focused. Yeah, and not that focused. So a focused Earl is a dangerous Earl.
Vince Wood said Blu-ray did work with him in that Manny fight, but it got canceled. But I agree with you. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't think he have any problem with Blu-ray or anything like that. I just think sometimes you need change. To keep your motivation going to do different things and to approach things different, just to give you a new look, so you can be motivated to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because
But you don't think that Earl would, because Earl is the type to use stuff as motivation. You remember all the fans were saying, get that with Blu-ray. Blu-ray is the only one that can unlock you. You don't think Earl would be like, oh, word, that's what y'all think? Okay.
Oh, yeah, probably big time.
You know what I'm
saying? He just wanted to show that he could do it on his own. And he definitely seemed like that's his personality. You know what I'm saying?
Did Blu-ray make a video yet? I want to see it.
Because when he said he came out the hospital, he went to rehab. He went to a psychologist or something. You know how they try to send you for psychological help.
Yeah.
He said he stopped going. He said he went one time and he stopped going because he wanted to do it on his own. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely in his personality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he definitely not gonna. He's a leader. He's not gonna follow. The regular protocols and shit. He want to build it up from himself, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't even go to rehab like that, he said. So that tell you a lot. This dude is that old tough shit, from back in the days, like some old John Wayne shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this dude,
for sure.
built forward tough, you know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I, like about him, because his physicality, his punch resistance, and I think that's going to be something that helped him beat Terrence Crawford, because he could take a lick to get in there to give a lick.
Right.
And that's that old time. Not that he's a rock'em sock'em guy, but he's a smart, tough, guy who can do it all, and he's fundamentally sound. And you know what I'm saying? And he's direct. He's coming straight at you. He's not going around you. He's not jumping around you. He's going to your body, fundamentals to break you down, to open up the head, that type stuff. So he's just so good with that I think he's going to beat Crawford. And what I was alluding to earlier was, I heard that they fought in the amateurs. So I don't know how true this is, y'all. If any of y'all know about that, or if anybody have any information on that, but I heard they fought or they came across each other earlier. And I know Fanon, he had mentioned this earlier, but I wasn't sure about when it happened. It says something about they already know. They saying they already know that Earl could beat Spence. And I'm not just saying that as a Spence fan. I'm not just saying that
video
as a
that
Spence
you're
fan.
Talking about. You're talking about from Fanon, right? That video when he was talking about his dad was talking about, telling him the story about how him and Earl had previously fought, and that Earl gave him pretty much work.
Right.
But another thing too, Terrence Crawford and Ugas fought in the amateurs, and Ugas beat him.
Somebody mentioned that in the comments. They said, he fought like twice or something, and but that's maybe that's why he haven't fought Ugas. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have fought Ugas a while back, and maybe that's why he didn't want to come across Ugas. You never know.
Right.
But I'm wondering, did Errol and Terrence Crawford ever fight in the amateurs? And they don't seem too worried about Terrence Crawford. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but they don't seem worried at all. Like everybody, you know, they're saying, you know, this and that about the fight, but they don't seem like they too worried about
Because they
Terrence
see
Crawford.
it. They see that he's not a hard out. Like I said, Ugas might have been a tougher fight than Crawford will be. And styles make fight, man.
Right.
That's it.
And see,
Mike really,
everybody giving Terrence all these accolades, but if you look at every fighter that he's done knocked out in the welterweight,
Thank you.
okay,
Name
Porter
it.
was after Errol.
Yep.
He fought Porter after Porter had a, and see Porter done been in battles.
Yep.
And when you go in battles like that, that takes a toll on your body.
they
Yes.
sure do.
Yes.
Porter had just battled Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Ugas, then Errol. He's battling battles. And so, you know, he took him out to Errol. He also took Kell Brook. After Kell Brook done been broke by Gennady, then been broke by Spence.
Yes.
He's got a broken chinny, Amir Khan. Amir Khan, who has no chin, he quit. The only lively fighter he fought was Mean Machine, and Mean Machine put him on his ass.
Yes.
Everybody else he fought has been trash, really.
Jose Benavidez was shot in the knee.
He got
Hold on,
one
folks.
leg.
Let me read a comment, y'all. Let me read this comment. Mike Rhythm said, you know, and his recovery is remarkable, and that was a sneaky great shot, and he shook it off. God dang it, the dang clip got in the way. Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. You can't hurt that boy Spence. He's built for it tough. And once his muscles start getting that lather, that's why it takes about 2-3 rounds. Well, after like the 4th round, you know, Spence's body goes into that muscle memory. And he
hold on. I ain't finished.
Loose.
I ain't finished reading this comment.
Loose, that's when damage started coming out.
Hold on, so let me finish reading it. He says coverage is remarkable, and that was a sneaky great shot, and he shook it off, but then seconds, then he went back to ass kicking. Okay. All right, go ahead, so I just wanted to get his comment in.
Errol Spence is Superman, man.
Who's real said, I think Derek James advised Errol to against Blu-ray because he was putting too much muscle on Errol. And he said I heard that too, but it wasn't true. They were sparred. They never sparred or fought before. Okay, they're just having a conversation. Says,
man, that's one of them speculations. We'll just never know when it comes to that. You know what I mean? We'll never know.
Who's real said Ugas exposed him.
Right, but are you? Errol is like the only fighter that I know. And I hear him say something like I believe him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of fighters say, "Oh man, this is the best training camp I ever had. I'm 100%," and you be like, "Nah." They always saying that.
Spence been fighting the people at 50%, man.
Right.
50%.
So let me ask you something. So do you think that was 100% Errol right there? You think that was just a tad?
That was like 95 to 100% of. We not gonna see 100% till he hit 154. Because getting down to 147 takes it out of. You remember he said a couple years ago. He said his best fight's gonna be at 154, 160. That's when you gonna see his best side.
And you know what? It's some good fights up there waiting on him too.
Because you see Terrence Crawford, it took Terrence Crawford till he hit 140 to 147 before he started getting all the knockouts too. You feel me? Yeah. Like 135, 140. I mean 135. That was too low for Terrence, but he fought there. You feel me? But when he started getting into his own, like 147 to beat Terrence Crawford's premium weight. I don't know what he'd do at 154, but I know at 147 he fills out nicely. He might still be able to fill out nicely at 154, but that's about all his frame can handle.
I don't know that chin.
Earl frame, I think Earl frame can make it to light heavyweight.
I think
middleweight.
I think Crawford to get slept at 54.
But you know what? It's possible because you watch Duran go from way down there. I think he fought at 130, 135, and he moved up all the way up to not like he didn't fight at light heavy. He fought at middleweight, right?
Yeah.
Duran, I can't remember. So he went from way down.
As long as you don't mention Pacquiao, that dude's clearly on steroids.
that nigga head grew twice his size.
Yes. But I'm gonna be back on in a little while, y'all. Let me handle some things for this Easter. If y'all still on about 30 minutes, I'll chat with y'all.
All right, my brother.
All right.
So Vince Wood said, I like all y'all live shows. Actually read our commit. What? actually made our comments, and I appreciate our comments, and I appreciate you guys. Much love, family. Hey, much love to you, my brother. Hey, it's all love. You know, we all boxing heads here, and you know, everybody, you know, what I'm saying, got something to add to the conversation because you know, there's so much going on in boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I be watching that shit and you may miss something, bro. And then you go back and you'll catch 4 or 5 things that you missed. And you
Right.
can't just sum it all up. And so, you know, when you get all the boxing heads together, everybody sees something that you missed. You know what I'm saying? So always, and so I like a lot of conversation because I like to hear the things that I miss. Even though I'm astute myself, I can't sometimes articulate everything that I see. And some people catch it. Some people are
Yeah.
beautiful at articulating it. And, you know, I may say, you know what I'm saying, you know, he just punched him 2 times. Somebody say, hey, man, that was a double jab. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just some people are more able to articulate what they see, and they catch things that you don't see. And that's why I love this space. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you're all boxing heads, and everybody got different boxing knowledge and stuff, you know, and you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Everybody learn from each other and they bring out what you missing,
I
you know,
agree.
in the ring. And man, that's what's so beautiful about this boxing space and everything. That's why I go to different channels to learn stuff and to see things that I didn't see. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what it is. But man, we've been on for about 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up. No, 3 hours. No, 2 hours and 39 minutes. So we're going to wrap it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? We'll probably come back. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate, make sure y'all hit that like button, man, and subscribe to my channel. Hey, I love my boxing family. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come out with a comic book, you know what I'm saying, on boxing, fantasy matchups and stuff. Support that. Trying to get it done up, but I just work so damn much, my brother.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, you can go to the community page, see some of the art, some of the stuff I'm trying to create and come up with. And, you know what I'm saying, we'll come back at you the next time 'cause I stayed up like late last night, man, you know, with the live stream. So I'm going to get me some more sleep. And, hey, Ray, you welcome to come back. You know what I'm saying? Just hit the link button. I'm always got them out there. Who's real? He's be here and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes,
just look
sir.
out for, keep your notifications on. You know, so we'll get on here. We'll chat again.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you guys. All right, see you guys in the next one. Remember what I say: law don't go right here, law dog. It's savvy. See you in the next one.
All right, boss.
Bye.